Hey guys, what's up? Francois T here. So happy you could join me. We're starting a little earlier this evening only because I wanted to finish a little earlier. So I know that everyone's not going to be here right away, but that is totally fine. If you are in the room, say hi and I will definitely give you a shout out. So this could potentially be our last chat before the next episode, but if I have time, I'll try and squeeze in one more. I still can't believe that we're only one episode away from finding out everything, like who AD is, and well, everything except for how the mums got out of the basement. But I'm hoping that we're going to discover that ourselves. Hopefully we can come up with our own theory of how the mums got out of the basement. Yeah, so if you're in the room, say hi. Once again, I'll give you a shout out. And let's see what's going on. So we've got people popping up, which is wonderful. Brad is here. Hi, Brad. Brad says, my AD theory officially is Mary Drake. Well, what makes you think that Mary Drake is AD? Let me know, Brad. That's very interesting. Suze Blue is here. Hi, Suze Blue. She says, hi, PLL family. MC says, hello. Hey, MC. Thank you for being here. Ali Babine says, yay, I'm finally on time. Yes. And we're early, so double the credit to you, Ali Babine. My final AD theory is Ezra Fitzgerald, and I like how you've capitalized the A and the D there. Very nice. Sarah is here. Hi, Sarah. Oliver is here. Hi, Oliver. And Esther says, hey, Francois and everybody, good to see you again. Great to be seen, Esther. I'm actually so happy we've got this many people in the room. I didn't know how many would be here at 10 o'clock, so it's good that you guys are here. Thank you so much. MC says, I'm starting to think Ezra too. So what's making you guys think whoever you think is AD? What's making you go there? Brad says, I think it's Mary because she never goes to jail because Officer Barry Maple lets her escape like he did Charlotte when she was arrested for Wilden's murder. Yeah, so definitely that's a potential possibility. Yeah, we'll have to see. Esther says, my only theory for years and still final is Ezra. Oh, there you go. So what makes you think it's Ezra? What connects him to being AD? I feel like AD could potentially be anyone, despite what Marlene was saying. I do think that, yeah, it could be anyone at all. I think I might be, having a bit of wishful thinking when it comes to Maya being AD, but I certainly think like Mona still has potential to be AD, Jenna for sure. You can't discount any of the baddies we've seen so far, so you can't obviously discount people like Sydney or Lucas or, well, Melissa. Obviously, it's been a huge topic for debate. I'm hoping Ren's not AD, but I think we've all sort of decided Ren's not AD, but he'll just have a big moment in the finale. So, yeah, that's where I sort of stand. But I'm a bit all over the place, as you can see. Esther says, oh, sorry, I read that. Oliver says, I think that AD put Maya in the dollhouse as she knew too much. And the message on the back of the closet, he's going to kill me, M, was from her. Good one, Oliver. So, yeah, I remember watching that at the time when the girls were in that room. They see that scratch of, what is it? He's going to kill me, M. And I thought the same thing. I thought it was Maya. I did not think it was anything to do with Mona. So, yeah, certainly possible. But then where is Maya now? Is she still in the dollhouse? Suze Blue says, it's 1 p.m. here and I start work at 2, so I'll only be here for a short bit. That's totally fine. Thank you for being here, Suze Blue. Suppose there had to be disadvantages of working in care, the brutal shit. Well, no, it's good that you're here, Suze Blue, and I absolutely understand you have to go to work later. That's not a problem at all. Get out your questions and theories then now in the first hour, for sure. Jifa says, ciao from Sicily, Francois, and oh, ciao, Jifa. Great to have you here with us. I'm loving this. All of the regulars are back, which is wonderful. MC says, Ezra has been acting a little strange over the last few episodes. I totally agree, MC. Leaving the room before Arya gets a call from AD, having to go to help his brother just before AD calls. Yeah, it is rather suspicious, isn't it? Unless Ezra's brother is going to be in the finale, then what's up with that? I really don't buy it. And he has been rather shady for the last couple of episodes. So what's going on there? Brad says, Mum's got out of the basement through the crawl space, which Charlotte used to get in and out of the De La Rente's house. Yeah, that could totally make sense, Brad. I like that because I need an answer, you guys. Like, it's just not going to satisfy me not knowing. So I like that one, Brad. Well done. Ali Babine says, I think it's Ezra based on the fact that Cece was on his payroll. Oh, I don't remember that. There you go. It was, if Cece was so powerful and Big A, then why would she be being paid by a guy writing a book? That is a very good point. I don't remember. Can you let me know what episode that was in? I'll certainly try and rewatch it for the next one because, yeah, I don't remember that. So good pickup, Ali Babine. Haley is here. Hey, Haley, welcome. Haley says, I had a dream that Ezra was AD. Well, there you go. We all know how much stock we got to put in our dreams, don't we? Especially after the Mona reveal. So there you go. Maybe Ezra is AD. Maybe that's a sign, Haley. I like that. Skylar says it's 8:05 a.m. here in New York, and you're here, Skylar. So that's totally awesome. Thank you so much. That's dedication, so I appreciate it. Esther says, heard more people who got that dream, Paley. That's funny. Well, there you go. I mean, I've had a few PLL dreams, like not too many. Obviously, I think I've had probably about 3 or 4 at most, and I've enjoyed each and every one of them. But I will never, ever, ever forget the first dream I had, which somehow I just landed in Spencer's bedroom, and we spent a good 10 minutes looking on her laptop for clues for who A was, and it was just so much fun. And I got to say, I hated waking up the next morning. Suze Freya says it is 5 a.m. in California. Oh, there you go. It's dedication for you, Susan. Thank you so much for being here. Ali Babine says Spencer actually said he paid CC to dress as Redcoat. Oh, okay. This feels like one of those times we're meant to look at what's in front of us instead of getting hung on the details. When did Spencer say that, Ali Babine? Let me know. Like, is that coming up in the finale, or is that something that I just don't remember? But that's really interesting. MC says, didn't he tell Arya that he just decided not to get on the plane, but it was actually cancelled? Yes, MC, he did. And there was something very shady about that, I must say. So, I don't trust Ezra as far as I can throw him. I just don't particularly want him to be AD, but yeah, I definitely don't trust him. Oliver says, I'm going to say it again. I think Ren is the father. He looks upset in the promo when he shoots. The only thing I can think of as a motive, I know you don't want that, but it would explain a lot. Yes, it so would explain a lot, especially why he's trying to shoot someone. So yes, that would make sense. I honestly don't mind if Ren is the father. I honestly, quite frankly, don't mind who the father is at all. I just want a really good AD reveal. So if Ren's the father, I'm totally fine with that. Haley says, honestly, I like Ezra and all, but I just hate the idea that Arya is marrying her teacher, who she met as a 16-year-old. Yeah, so I completely agree with you there, Haley. We'll have to see what happens. I'm hoping they're not getting married, but we'll have to see. Zephyr says, hey, it's Kyle. Oh, hey, Kyle. Thank you so much for being here. I'll definitely call you Kyle from now on. Thank you so much for being here. Paley says, who manipulated her for a book? Who manipulated who for a book? CC. I think we're saying that Ezra did, but I'm a little confused on that. Skylar says, how the mums got out is going to be discussed. Marlene said, oh, it is. Oh, wonderful. How did you find that out? I thought Marlene said she wasn't going to discuss that, so that's awesome. MC says, wow, to Suzanne. Yeah, totally, right? It's so early over there. Esther says to MC, the flight wasn't even on the board. Yeah, so, I mean, there was something really off about that whole airport scene. It felt almost like it was a whole nother show. But yeah, it certainly made Ezra look really shady. Suze Blue says, either Spencer's twin is AD and or Bethany not her twin, but is AD. Can't seem to shake the shady feeling. Ezra and Melissa, though. Yeah, I can't either, really. Like, I got this feeling they're going to make it Melissa or they're going to make it Ezra myself. So we'll have to see. MC says to Paley, Arya was 15 when she started dating Ezra, which is even worse. Ezra should be in jail. Absolutely, he should be. And if he gets put in jail in the finale, I will not be upset. But somehow, I just don't think Marlene is going to go there. Oliver says, I believe that Charlotte and AD were working as a team as the 5A 3 years came to an end after her death. Ah, well, yeah, that certainly could, you could be onto something there. So who do you think that would make AD, Oliver? Omar is here. Hey, Omar. Thank you for being here. Says, if Spencer's twin is AD, then what is her name? Yeah, so a lot of people are just saying Twinser for the moment, but who knows what her name could actually be. I just hope her name is not Bethany Young, but we'll have to see. And I got really nervous when you guys were telling me about the BY thing for bye-bye, so I really hope that's not the case. Carly is here. Hey, Carly. Thank you for joining us. Who do you think is AD, Carly? Let us know. Haley says, yeah, just the overall origin of how they met creeps me out. Yeah, totally it does. And I'm surprised they didn't actually break up. Like, I know they had their moments when they were talking about the age difference, and Ezra even tried to back off himself, which was great. But obviously, you know, it just didn't work out in the end, did it? They stayed together. MC says, oh, Esther, that's even more suspicious. Yeah, isn't it? Suze Blue says to MC, my name is Suzanne too. I thought you were talking to me. I was thinking I didn't say anything that deserved a wow. I love that, Suze Blue. Oliver says to Omar, IMDb lists Ava as a character, perhaps Avery, as much as I hate the theory. Yeah, so some people have said that Avery could be AD. I'm really hoping this is not the case. Some have requested I do a theory video on Avery being AD, but I just don't think I can. I don't think we know enough about Avery, and I really just don't want her to be AD. Ali Babine says it was sometime in mid-season 4, the Halloween episode or one of the episodes around it. Okay, so I'll have to go back and look at season 4. Thanks, Ali Babine. Esther says, yes, it is. Excellent. Jifa says, in one of the promos, it shows Ren about to shoot someone and he has tears in his eyes. His hand is shaking. Who would he be that upset about shooting? So some people have suspected it's Melissa, and if that's the case, it would make sense that he would be that upset, but I don't know. Thank you for saying that, Jifa, as well, because you've reminded me of something that I've been wanting to say in all of my videos, but still haven't said it yet, and this is what it is. Considering that we're about to get up to the finale, I must say I'm a little disappointed in a way that we keep getting all of these sneak peeks into the finale. Like, quite frankly, I don't really need them. Like, I know that we get excited about them and we can theorize on them and all that, but I wouldn't be disappointed if they didn't show the sneak peeks at all, because I like to have everything just be fresh when I watch it. But what's your opinion? Do you like the sneak peeks? And if so, why? And if you don't like them, let me know why. I'd be very interested to know. But yeah, Jifa, I have no idea. It could be anyone. Brad says, if I'm wrong about Mary, all I'm hoping is it makes sense. I wouldn't mind if Mona, Melissa, Jenna, anyone but Addison or Ezra's mum, who are both in the finale. Ezra's mum is definitely back in the finale. Oh my goodness. It'd be funny, but still. Yeah, so I'm hoping that it's not Mary, but we'll have to see. But yeah, I agree with you. I do hope it makes sense as well. I do think Melissa would make sense, so I would be fine with that. I guess one thing that would make it, I don't know, less of a big reveal to me is that we're all talking about Melissa, but I'd still be fine with it, I guess. But Mona and Jenna, for sure, I would love. Sarah's here. Hey, Sarah. And Sarah says, I'm actually at the point where I have no theories. I literally have no clue, and my mind is torn in different directions of who AD could be, that I'm just like, I don't care. I just want to know. Sarah, I am so with you on that. Like, it could be anyone right now. It's so tough to even begin to theorize. MC says, it creeps me out too, and I don't like that millions of teenagers fangirl over an illegal relationship and think it's wonderful and romantic. It isn't. Yes, that's a very good point, MC. Like, it is fictional, but as we know, TV shows do send a lot of messages to people. Sometimes they're bad, sometimes they're good. This one is not necessarily the best message to be putting out there. So I do agree with you, MC, especially for young teenagers. Like, people who are older, we realize this is a fictional show. We don't take too much away from it. But younger people do try to copy what they see on TV. So I definitely see what you're saying there. Oliver says, anyone have any ideas on why AD comes back to reveal themselves after 1 year? So I have no idea, but I have heard a theory, Oliver, that the girls are going to come back for Arya's wedding, and during Arya's wedding, AD is going to send them a note or something, and that's what's going to have them spiraling out of control. If you sent me that theory, let me know, because you deserve all the credit in the world. I do believe that this could definitely be the case. Paley says, yeah, I meant Ezra manipulated a 15-year-old for the purpose of a book. Well, yeah, I mean, that makes it even worse, doesn't it, Paley? I mean, it's ridiculous. It's part of the reason why I don't like Ezra. And when Ezra and Arya had that moment on the Ferris wheel and Arya was screaming at him and everything, I was so on her side. And now she's still with him. Arya, what gives, girl? Seriously. So weird. Omar says, why is Spencer going through so much? It feels like it has switched from Allison to Spencer now. Yeah, so I don't know. Honestly, it may relate to who AD is. If Mary is AD, obviously it would relate. But I have no idea, Omar. It's a good question. Chillin' in the Fridge is here. Hey, Chillin' in the Fridge. And Chillin' in the Fridge says, the Ezra reveal in season 4 was the best AD reveal. He was so good at acting it. I agree. Ian Harding acted the role really, really well. So I do agree with you on that from an actor's perspective. As far as character reveal is concerned, my favorite will always be Mona's reveal as A. I didn't expect it. Now, I never read the books. So for you guys, if you read the books, you probably knew who A was because Mona was A in the books. I didn't know that. So when she came back and said, I found the gum, and we had that whole reveal with Mona and Spencer, epic for me. If you follow me on Facebook, you will have seen the status that I put up earlier today. I put the picture of Mona being revealed as AD. I love that moment, and I always will. Skylar says, she said it will briefly be talked about in the finale in the ET interview. The mum's being out of the basement, awesome. I'll have to go back and relook at the ET interview because I don't remember her saying that, but that's really good to know because I do want to get that answer. Omar says, Addison isn't AD. I don't know where people keep getting that from, lol. I so hope she's not. Although what makes sense with what people are saying, and there are theories flying around this week, is that Addison could be an AD in the last 5 minutes, and that could lead to the spin-off, The Perfectionists. I do see Marlene going there, and what will be exciting about that, as much as, you know, we want to know who AD is, and so I'm glad we're going to get that reveal, is that Pretty Little Lies would continue effectively if that was the case, but we'll have to see what happens. Skylar says to Jifa, which promo? Give me a sec, Skylar. You've flown away. We've got a lot of comments, which is so awesome. Wow. Which promo is that? Yeah, I don't even remember what she's talking about because it's gone. Sorry. Brittany's here. Hey, Brittany. How's your exams going, girl? So thank you so much for being here. I really appreciate it. Brad says, when the liars went to Ravenswood looking for Allison and found Ezra's place. What does that connect to, Brad? Sorry, I don't remember what we're referring to there. Brittany says, still revising, so can't stay. Just wanted to send my love to the Francois family. Love heart. Oh, love back to you, Brittany. Good luck, girl. You study hard. You revise hard, girl. Good luck to you. Let us know how you go. MC says, lol, Sue's blue. Everything you say deserves a wow. Yeah, I totally agree. Good on you, Sue's blue. I second that. Sarah B is here. Hey, Sarah B. Sarah B says, ciao, Francois. I was a big Mona is AD theory supporter, but at this point I'm thinking Ezra Fitzgerald could be our man, even if I love the guy. So shady in 7B, and we know he is lying liar. Yes, we do know that for sure, don't we? Oh, try and stay on the Mona as AD theory train, Sarah. I certainly will. But yeah, I definitely can see potential for Ezra being AD. Brittany says, as for who AD is, I have no clue. But I'm going to go with Caleb or Ezra. I think it would be heartbreaking if it was Caleb. But we will have to see. Some people have suggested, and if you watched my video earlier today, I was watching another video of who is not AD, which was really interesting. That person, as have others, have suggested if it's any of the partners, how can everyone, you know, have a lovey-dovey goodbye scene in the end if it's one of the partners? So I do agree with that, but Who knows what Marlene's going to do? Carly says, oh, who is AD? The burning question. Who knows? Maybe I should just sit back and be shocked and or disappointed. Lol. Yeah, I certainly feel in a way the same way. I feel like I'm going to go into the last episode and basically sit back and go, all right, Marlene, lay it on me. Just give me the answers. Oliver says Spencer and Allison are the two most targeted by AD. They're also the two that Mary likes the most and gives them the Lost Woods Resort. Any connection? Well, there certainly could be, couldn't there, Oliver? I guess time will tell. I really hope Mary is not AD, but there are a lot of things that point in that direction, so it could be. MC says, keep revisiting Brittany. It will be worth it. Well, that's not what MC said at all. MC said keep revising Brittany. It will be worth it. Yes, I completely agree. Keep revising Brittany. I thought you meant keep revisiting, oh, well, it's not Brittany, it's Bethany. I don't know why I got that confused. Sorry, MC. Yes, good luck, Brittany. Carly says, I think Mary or Ezra at this point, maybe Toby. I really don't know. Yeah, it's really so tough to say at this point, isn't it? I mean, as I keep saying, could be Tippy the flippin' bird, really. I mean, I just don't know. Haley says, honestly, if Bethany is brought back from the dead in the finale, I'll be pissed. Can she just be dead? Yes, Haley. If I was Marlene, I would say yes. She can totally be dead, and we can, like, full-on bury her, and, you know, we really just don't need to talk about Bethany anymore. MC says, Carly, I think most people will be disappointed. Whatever we all think of Marlene, she can't please us all. That's very true. So some people will be happy, some people will be sad. That's just the way it goes. Brad says, Ezra should be in the dollhouse for dating Arya and Allison. I completely agree, Brad. I like that idea. I like your thinking. Haley says, Bethany's storyline is over. She hasn't been brought up in over a year, I believe. Well, I hope so, Haley. If we can get through this whole episode without even hearing the name Bethany Young, I'll be so happy. MC says, agreed, Brad. Yeah, totally. We should put him in the dollhouse, and a few others as well. Skylar says to Sarah, same here. I have no theories. If any of the liars are AD, then I want it to be Hannah. If any of the boyfriends are, then Toby. If it's any of the minor characters, then Melissa. Yeah, so I think Hannah would definitely be a shock, Skylar. So I totally agree that that would be a great reveal. If it's any of the boyfriends, Toby would be a shock as well. Any of the minor characters, I think Melissa has a really big chance of being AD, so we'll have to see. Suze Blue says, oh, thank you. Love all you guys. Seeing as even my friends who watch PLL are getting fed up of me going on and on about it. Oh, and Suze Blue, you're not the only one. Believe me. I'm hearing it in tones of people I talk to. They're like, yes, Francois, PLL, we get it. It's like, okay, fine. I'll just talk about it on my live chat then. So that's why it's so great we have this family. So we all understand each other and where we're coming from with this obsession. Because that's what everyone says. They're all like, oh, you're obsessed with Pretty Little Lies. It's like, well, it's hard not to be. No one talks to me in depth about it, so I'm grateful for all you guys. Yeah, and I echoed that right back. Like, I'm so grateful we can do this because we need to. There's so much to talk about. Thanks, Suze Blue, for saying that. Jifa says to Skylar, I will post the link when the chat is up unless you have some place I can send the link. Jifa, it'd be awesome if you could post it once the video is up. I would absolutely love that. I love when you guys send me links. MC says that Bavant had better stay dead. Who's Bavant? MC, I don't know who that is. Honey says, I don't know what to think. Hi, Honey. Thank you for being here, and I completely agree with you. It's tough to know. Oma says, I like the sneak peeks, but I'm going to stop watching them because I want to be surprised. Yeah, exactly, Oma. That's my point as well. I feel like if we watch the sneak peeks, we're going to know certain things. And then when we get to that point in the episode, we're going to be like, oh, yeah, I already saw this. So I completely agree with you. MC said, that's me too, Suze Blue. Nobody wants to hear about PLL anymore. Yeah, exactly. And you would think they would want to know now. Like, isn't it like the #1 trending thing on Twitter or something? Or did Marlene just make that up? Who knows? But I mean, we're right at the finale. You would think everyone will be talking about it right now. But yeah, I'm a little surprised myself. Paley says, I want to know how the hell is Marlene going to make a cameo on her own show? I hope it's not some breaking the fourth wall kind of thing. Yeah, me too. I did like how they introduced Sarah Shepherd, though. That was really cool, having her be a relief teacher. If Marlene went down that path, that will be totally fine. But, you know, we'll have to see. Carly says to MC, oh, of course, but I feel like the disappointment was overwhelming with the CC reveal. I hope it's not as convoluted as that. Yes, I was very disappointed. Yeah, very disappointed with the CC reveal myself. So I was very happy she died. I'm very happy that Mona killed her, and like both of them together, that she died and that Mona killed her. And yay, even though it was an accident, I really don't care. I'm happy CC's gone. That's justice. That is justice for the CC reveal, just having her dead. Okay, Carly says, I just want to be able to come to a conclusion on my own and not have to consider some ridiculous backstory. Yeah, like I would love to do that too, Carly. It's just so hard with PLL because there are so many unanswered questions and things that could be clues, not just what people say or do, but a little box in a corner that says the word Toby could mean that Toby is AD. So it's really tough to deal with, but I agree with you. It'd be nice to just be able to come up with something on our own. Oliver says, I've been going over season 3 again. Yay, my favorite season. And I have a feeling Melissa never lost her baby. Oh, it might be out there, but maybe it was Ren's and she kept it a secret from him. Another motive. I know I'm reaching. No, I don't think you're reaching at all. I think that is a very strong motive. There was a lot of suspicion surrounding that whole Melissa pregnancy thing. So, yeah, certainly that could be a motive. Don't be quick to dismiss it and say you're reaching, because I like that, Oliver. MC says, me too to Carly. Yeah, so we'll have to see, guys. Maybe we'll be able to come up with something on our own. Who knows? Sarah says, the sneak peeks are like an addictive habit. We don't want to watch them, but we are so hung up on PLL that we can't help but watch them. But I'd rather just not have sneak peeks and just see it fresh. Yeah, so I completely agree. I think the only reason why I'm finding it tough, particularly now, is because we're up to the finale. If it was like, say, season 6 or something, it'd be a different story. But considering we're up to the finale, I just don't want to know anything at this stage. And it raises questions. Like, I mean, without giving away the scene itself, I saw a spoiler involving Cece and Archer, and all I could think was, well, they're both dead. What the hell? And it brought up questions that I just didn't need to have in my mind at that time. So it was stressful as well. So Skylar says, Jifa, when the chat is up, then post the link in the comments. I don't mind the sneak peeks as long as they're short and don't give anything away. Well, yeah, as long as I don't give anything away, I completely agree. Another spoiler that came up was the discussion between Spencer and Toby. Again, I don't give away what is being said, but they're in a scene. I sort of skipped over that and went to the last, like, 5 seconds. And in the last 5 seconds, we see the mums coming down the steps. I loved that. It didn't give away anything at all. So I felt like that was pretty cool. But yeah, mostly I just don't want to see them. Jifa says, I agree, Francois. I've been holding off watching the promos, but then curiosity gets to me. But honestly, I would rather be surprised. Jifa, I feel exactly the same way as you do. Susan Frere, hey Susan Frere, thank you for being here, says, hi Francois, my heart is going with Jenna as the big AD. Oh, Susan Frere, I love you. I was hoping for the longest time that Mona was the big AD. The girls have never treated Mona with the respect she deserves. Completely agree. So if Mona is not AD but she flips and joins the team, I am totally fine with that, because she deserves to get all the revenge she can in this one last episode that we have for her to do so. Skylar says, I sent you the sneak peek that shows Ella. Did you say, oh, you're the one that sent it to me. Thank you, Skylar. Yes. So that's what I was talking about. I knew one of you sent it to me. Thank you, Skylar. I loved it. I love seeing Ella. It was so awesome. And she's like, shotgun. It was just, I loved it. It was so cool. Suze Blue says, I completely agree. Hashtag send Ezra to jail. Yes, let's get that happening. Hashtag send Ezra to jail for sure, Suze Blue. Olivia Bean says, Ren or Melissa would be an awesome reveal for the PLL fam who follow theories, etc. But for people who watch the show casually, I think it would be disappointing because they've been gone too long. I completely agree with you there. Although one thing that I have to say is the girls and Marlene keep saying this is Marlene's love letter to the fans, and Janelle Parrish has said it's an homage to the characters and to the fans. I don't know what this is going to mean. Like, did something happen in episode 1 that we just forgot about, and then suddenly that becomes a huge thing? Like, How are they paying homage to the characters and the fans? How is it a love letter? I just don't know. I'm so confused. Anxiety Girl is here. Hey, Anxiety Girl. Great to have you here. She says, hi, I think Ezra or twin size AD. Well, Anxiety Girl, I hope not, but you should stand like a plum and certainly stick with your theory. But personally for me, I hope that's not the case. Unless Twinser is with the girls and that makes Spencer AD, that will be totally fine. Susan Frere says, do we know if Marlene knew who AD was since season 1? So we don't know. Marlene keeps going back and forth, doesn't she? One moment she's saying that it was from the first episode. The next thing you know, she's saying, well, you can find out who AD is in the last 10 episodes. So tough to tell, but Marlene lies all the time, so it's very tough to get a straight answer out of her. I think for the first time ever, we'll get straight answers out of her in the after-school special, which I'm looking forward to. Ali Babine says they could also be coming back for the opening of the new Lost Woods Resort. Yes, that would make sense, especially after the leaked script that I read. Again, I'm not going to give anything away, but I saw a part of the leaked script that someone sent to me. If it was you, thank you. Let me know so I can give you the credit. It involved the Lost Woods Resort, so, you know, that would make sense. Brad says, the Ren shooting someone, if he's really upset, it could be the real Spencer, not a twin, if not Melissa. Yeah, so I don't know what his motive would be to shoot Spencer, but certainly I agree with Melissa. Some people have been suggesting that, and it does make sense. But yeah, it could be Spencer. What do you think would be his motive? MC says, that's what I thought, Ali Babine, about the Lost Woods Resort. Yeah, it does make sense. Omar says to Susan Frere, no, Mona will always be the original A. Yes, she will be. She'll always be the original A. I agree with you, Omar, but it'd be nice if she was AD as well. Like, for me, that's how the show comes full circle. Mona was the original A, Cece steals the game, Mona's AD. How else do we come full circle? I don't know what they mean by that. I don't know, it's really annoying me that I don't get it. But anyway. Oliver says, Janelle Parrish said the reveal all comes down to one moment. Could it be at the wedding? Maybe AD reveals themselves during a toast to the happy couple. Maybe. That would be very interesting, wouldn't it? Okay. Sorry, you guys, you're pinging by. Give me one. Ooh, lots of things here. Wow. Where are we? Okay. There we are. Esther says to Suzanne, she actually said different things about it. There you go. Honey says, Marlene said we should be able to figure out who AD is from the episodes after the CC reveal. Okay, well, actually, yeah, no, wait, that is true. Sorry. So she said the last 10 episodes, but she also said AD stole the game from CC and became AD after CC's reveal. So I'm a little confused with all of this, to be honest, but you're absolutely right there, honey. Anxiety Girl says, the fact that they refilmed the classroom scene makes me believe that Marlene had no clue what she was going to do with that scene. So Anxiety Girl, here's my theory. My theory is that Marlene was going to make Archer Dunhill AD, but because it was too obvious and people had so many theories about it, I think she then decided, well, to just throw this into chaos, we're going to kill Archer Dunhill, but then that scene would no longer make sense. But because people kept harping on and on and on about it, they had to do it again anyway and somehow find a way to make it make sense and turned it into a dream and everything else that we've seen that's happened. But yeah, I just, I don't know really what to say about that scene now, but I do believe that it was about Archer and when they said he, because otherwise, who the heck is he? Like, that was my question always from the first moment I saw that. When we had that flash forward, I thought, who is he? I need to know who he is. I'm pretty sure at the time he was meant to be Archer Dunhill. Haley says, as far as I care, Addison is in the finale because she's in some high school drama. She better not be AD. Yeah, so it's certainly possible. As far as I'm concerned, the reason Addison is in the finale is because she puts her hand in front of Jenna's face and Jenna cocks her hand away, showing us all that Jenna can see. That is totally fine. I will be happy for that to be the case. And if Jenna wants to add a little slap in the meantime, I don't advocate violence, but it's a fictional show. I'd be totally fine with her doing that as well, because I do not like Addison. Honey says, so Suzanne, no, I don't think she knew since season 1, like she said before, which is disappointing. Yeah. Sarah says, I don't think Addison is AD, simply based on the actors' interviews and their comments about how AD is closer than we think. To me, it seems like one of the characters we see quite regularly. So, Sarah, does that make it one of the girls or one of the girls' partners? Who knows? Susan Frere says, I'm also excited to go back to past episodes and see the clues I missed when it's all over. Yeah, so am I. I can't wait to do that and make that connection. Oliver says, in the Australian 7B promo, Mona is on the sanitarium bed saying, are you here to kill me? I think this is to do with her killing Charlotte, but not killing Mona, perhaps recruiting her. I like that, Oliver. Ali Babine says, Addison is taunting Jenna, who slaps her hand out the way in the promo. Yeah, they look a bit alike, so maybe they're sisters. We've never seen Jenna's family, so it's possible. It's certainly plausible, Ali Babine. I agree with you there. And it would explain a lot. It really would. Paley says, Ezra's AD, and then Arya ends up with that chef guy. Oh, what's his name? Wait, not Mason. What's it? Mason's from Will and Grace. Holden. Why am I thinking M? Holden is his name. Who was in the beginning of 7B. Yeah, so I would love that. I think Arya and Holden would be great together. I mean, if not Jaria, but yeah, certainly I would like to see that happen. MC says, I think that there should be an uproar if Mona was revealed as Charlotte's killer one week and AD the next. Why wouldn't Mona have just told them at the same time? MC, I can't agree with you on that because I want Mona to be AD. But see, here's my thing, and I said this in my videos as well, and I'll say it again. See, when Sarah Harvey was revealed to be Redcoat, we all thought, okay, who's Black Veil? And then Sarah Harvey was Black Veil as well, and it was very disappointing. So we can't put it past Marlene King to make one person do two standout things. But that's just my opinion. I'm a plum. I'll stand alone. Hashtag plumness. Omar says, I think AD's been around from the start, learning from Charlotte and when she died, they became AD. Certainly, Omar, I think that makes a lot of sense. Ash's Base is here. Hey, it's so great to have you here, Ash's Base. How are you? Honey says, Marlene's shifty recent interview makes me think it's Lucas or Caleb. She insinuated that if we haven't seen them since the CC reveal, they're not AD, but in the same breath, she mentioned those realistic masks. Yes, she did. It was very shifty, and I do believe that a lot of people are jumping on the Lucas train because of this interview. Because all this week, all I'm hearing is Lucas, 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 Lucas. Just as much as last week, all I was hearing was Melissa, 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 Melissa. So certainly, I think that has a lot to do with Marlene's interview. If it was Caleb, in one way, it will break my heart. But if he has a good story and a good reason to be AD, it might actually be a good reveal. Who knows? Esther says to Paley, can you tell more about your Ezra's AD dream? Yes, I would love that, Paley. Tell us more about your dream. Honey says, realistic. Yeah, I read that. Okay, Oliver says, not sure how I'm going to dodge social media for the day until I can watch the finale here in the UK. Might have to lock myself in my basement until it comes on Netflix. Oliver, believe me, I totally understand where you're coming from. I've had to do that for the past couple of episodes of Pretty Little Liars. The finale is going to be the worst. I feel like I will not be able to touch my phone. I will not be able to go online. It is going to be really hard to not watch anything to do with Pretty Little Liars. Oh my God, it's not going to be easy at all. Carly says, hashtag Tippy is AD. Could you imagine? I so could. I would love it. Smart. I'm AD. Smart. I would love it so much. It'd be the funniest reveal ever. I'm sure a lot of other people would hate it, but I would love it so much. MC says, I think there would be an uproar that should say autocorrect starting early today. Oh, there should be an uproar. Yeah, there we go. Brad says, the Ravenswood scene with Ezra's place, it was revealed Cece was being paid by Ezra to be Redcoat. In a Ravenswood scene with Ezra. Oh, when they found Ezra's lair in Ravenswood, you mean? Oh, that could have been the case when they saw that he was paying her off. That's right. I remember now. They're looking in the folder. Yes, yes, yes. You're absolutely right. Wow, go you for actually remembering the moment enough to help me remember. Well done. Oliver says, also, does anyone know if the A-list rap party is going to be on Netflix? I have no idea, Oliver. I really don't. But I feel like it's going to be a very important show to watch, potentially more important than the finale, if not for the AD reveal. But I do feel it's going to be very important. Ali Babine says, I'm still holding on to a tiny bit of hope that Ali has been orchestrating this entire thing from day one. Think that would be the most amazing ending, but at this point, I doubt it will happen. Yeah, I doubt it's going to be Allison, but hey, it could be. And I think because a lot of people doubt it, it would be a big shock. So we will have to see. Just give me a sec. Anxiety Girl says, my biggest concern is that they're going to focus too much on the wedding and all the other romantic storylines because, hello, I need freaking answers from season 1 till now. Thank you, Anxiety Girl. Amen to you. Okay, I do not want to be focusing on a wedding. I do not want to be focusing on, apparently they're going to have like HBO graded sex scenes. I don't care about any of that. Like, seriously, I mean, okay, maybe for 2 seconds, but I don't want to be focusing on the relationships. I want answers. Now, don't get me wrong. If Caleb is going to do a nice little sex scene, that's fine. But no more than 2 minutes. Okay, 2 minutes on the clock. Your time starts now. That's it. When time's up, we got to move on. So I agree with you. Thank you, Anxiety Girl. Amen. Kyle says, where do you think Spencer wakes up after Mary drugs her in the final promo? I have no idea. Where do you think she wakes up? Ash's Base says, Marlene has said she likes Toby, so it won't be him, and Jason won't be in the finale, so not him. Yes, absolutely true, Ash's Base, 100%. It's not going to be Toby, and Jason wasn't available. MC says, I have had my suspicions about Ali too, but I really don't want it to be her. I want her to be redeemed and would actually like Emily and Ali to be happy. I agree with you. I would like to see Ali redeemed as well. I've liked this kind of softer side of her. I know a lot of people say they miss the bitchy side of Allison, but I don't. I like seeing her as really kind and sweet because I didn't think she had kind and sweet in her. When we looked at all those flashbacks from the first couple of seasons, I just thought, ugh, she's just a bitch and that's it. She's really turned around. So I would love for her to have those redeeming moments. And the only way that will be genuine is if she's not AD. So I agree with you. Oliver says to Anxiety Girl, I agree. They better not waste too much time on Ezra wedding and get on with the flashbacks, reveals, and everything else. I need answers. Yes, hashtag we need answers. Hashtag no fluff, no filler, no wedding, romance, lovey-dovey. We just don't care. We want answers. Chillin' in the Fridge says, I think it's healthy to be obsessed with something every once in a while. I agree. PLO is one of the best shows I've ever seen, and it has been so amazing enjoying it. I completely agree with you. It's had its moments where we've had filler episodes or things have happened that have disappointed us, but all in all, PLL has been one of my most favorite shows I've ever seen. So I agree with you, Chillin' in the Fridge, for sure. It's going to be dearly missed. Brad says, my theory for who's Allison's baby daddy isn't AD, but AD used Emily's dad's sperm to get Allison pregnant, so the baby will have Emily's DNA so that they can be one big happy family. That is really freaky, Brad. Go you for coming up with the theory, but oh my god, that is really freaky. MC says, maybe Marlene will officiate the wedding or be a guest at the hotel. Yeah, she might. I can see Marlene officiating the wedding for sure. Or just being a guest. That's totally fine as well. Omar says, many people think that Cece is alive. I don't see how. Yeah, neither do I. I really hope as well that she's dead. So that's my vote. Skylar says, same here. My boyfriend said you've been on YouTube a lot for theories. And I'm the YouTuber here. Sky is like, don't have high expectations because you might not get all your answers. I love that that your boyfriend said that to you because I haven't had people say that to me, but I certainly believe that that he said that. That's really funny. I love that. Yeah, I mean, we may not get all the answers. I hope we do, though, so we'll have to see. So those of you who have partners that may or may not have been interested with Pretty Little Liars, comment below and let me know. Are your partners watching it with you these days? Do they have plans to watch the finale with you? Have anything special arranged? Comment below and let me know. I'm going to catch up with my friend for the finale. I was debating whether or not we will be catching up because I know he's really busy. But remember my friend from the review that we did a while ago? We're going to be catching up and having a little PLL finale party. So we're really looking forward to that. It's going to be fun. But what are you guys going to be doing? Let me know. Alia Bean says to MC she loves those ideas. Oliver says, crazy theory, but how about the entire Rosewood PD being AD? Oh my God, that would make sense because they are so inadequate. Considering the level of corruption in that town, I'd be out of there end of season 1. I totally agree with you, Oliver. Brad says, Sarah Shepherd was also a reporter during the Allison trial. Oh, I forgot about that. There you go. So yeah, there's many options for what Marlene can do. And isn't like one of her children going to be there as well? So yeah. We'll have to see. Anxiety Girl says, I saw somewhere a theory that it's Melissa because Spencer stole all her boyfriends. Let's be honest, Marlene would totally do this. Yeah, Marlene totally would. I don't know if I would like that being the reason, though. It seems just too bitchy to me. Like, I don't know. Like, I loved that Mona did it because she felt like the girls took Hannah from her. I did like that. But if it's all a vendetta about you stole my boyfriends, Marlene would do it, but I don't think I would enjoy it, really. Carly says, the CC Archer scene must be a Melissa or Ren flashback type thing. I feel that all we needed to gather from that scene was the she Charlotte referred to. Yeah, absolutely. So there could be a connection to that. Maybe the person that was on the phone is telling the story or something. Who knows? But yeah, I agree with you on that. Skylar says, yeah, at the time I thought Melissa might have had the baby because she disappeared for a while right after. But honestly, I don't care if she does or doesn't have a baby. I need answers. Yes. Like, thank you, Skylar. Exactly. We don't care if she had the flippin' baby. We just want answers. And by answers, we want the answers that, you know, the big answers. And that's not a big answer. So I agree, Skylar. Thank you. Chill in the Fridge says, yeah, I haven't watched any of the promos this season just because I like being surprised. Yay, thumbs up to you. I wish I could do the same, but I've already started, unfortunately. MC says, it's just not me that in 3 days' time, I think you're saying it's just got to me, that in 3 days' time it'll all be over. I am not emotionally ready for this. Neither am I, MC. It's going to be a dark day. Anyone seen Gilmore Girls' Dark Day? Just squeeze that in there. It's going to be a dark day when PLL ends for sure. I agree with you there. Brad says maybe Melissa's baby is out there and ends up being Addison. Oh my God, can you imagine? Addison could be a lot of things, couldn't she? Suze Blue says Sasha was on an interview and she was asked about why Mary was attacking Spencer in the promo. Sasha says that when we watch, we won't blame Mary for attacking her. That sounds exciting. Well, yes, we'll have to see. That does sound interesting. Was that when she was doing it with that TV guy? I don't remember, the old guy. It was just the old guy and her, and behind them is like this whole thing of DVDs or whatever. I saw that interview. That was really interesting. I think that's where you got it from, but I don't know. Haley says, I just want Jenna to get her happy ending and get her sight back. That's the least she could get. Yes, thank you, Haley. Completely agree with you. Jenna deserves so much right now, and she's just being portrayed as a villain, but she at least deserves to get her sight back. I agree. Ashes Bay says, as much as it's annoying having to find out who AD is through all the clues, I think it makes a closer community with the fans so we can all share ideas and theories. I have to say that I agree with you on that. It does make the PLL fan base community much closer, and it certainly, you know, helped a lot of us to come together. I mean, obviously that's why we're here. So I do agree with you for sure on that. Jessica B is here. Hey, Jessica B, thank you for joining us. Says, yay, I made it to a live chat. Yay. She says, lol, sorry, it's 8 a.m. here in New York, but I've been watching your chat for a few weeks now. I kind of want AD to be a male because other A's have been female. Well, first of all, thank you for watching all the other chats. I do appreciate that. And thank you so much for making it. I do appreciate it. I know it's early And from the next chat onwards, we're going to go back to 11 p.m. So that'll be around, like, I think it'll be around 9 a.m. or something in New York. But yeah, thank you so much for being here. As far as it being a male, I'd be totally fine with it being a male. And I agree, the others were female, so it would, you know, mix it up a little bit for sure. But hey, if you watch my chats, you know this already about me. I want it to be Mona or Jenna, but we'll have to see. And see, give me a sec before I read your comment. I'm just going to have a drink. My throat's getting rather dry. Thank you for that. I'm so sorry I keep taking drinks in our live chats. It's so unprofessional, but as you guys know, I like to keep it real. Yeah. Okay. MC says, it's just hit me. That should say, autocorrect hates me today. Yeah. I think I should just stop commenting and just listen. No, keep commenting, MC. We'll get to it. I promise. We'll work it out somehow. MC says, oh, that sounds interesting to Suze Blue. I forgot what Suze Blue's comment is, sorry. Oliver says, it might be that the scene of them all happily walking away is nearer the beginning. The photos still show Hannah telling the girl something. My prediction is that she is pregnant. Aw, little Hayla baby. That'd be lovely. Whoa, you're flying by again. Give me a sec. I don't know where we were. There we go. Carly says, where is the link to the script? I want it. Yeah. So if you put that link up, then I thank you so much because I enjoyed it. Could you put it up when this video is uploaded and then Carly can have a look? It's pretty cool, Carly. Like, for me, regardless of what was in it, it was just good to see a script, like a Pretty Little Liars script. It was really awesome. Skylar says, Suze Blue, yeah, but what would justify Mary doing that to Spencer? Agreed. Who knows? But yeah, I don't like it. Perhaps Spencer doesn't visit her in jail, perhaps. Or that's not Mary and someone in a mask. I think Mary is drugging Spencer with a syringe. Ugh. So one thing you guys may or may not know about me is that I am trypanophobic. So basically what that means is I have a fear of needles. So I can watch blood and horror and all that sort of stuff. That's totally fine. But put a syringe on a show and I have to look away. So I'm hoping it's not a needle, but we'll have to see. Jifa says, quick question. Did we ever meet Ezra's brother? Could it be Ren? Yes, we did meet Ezra's brother. I've totally forgotten his name. I've totally blanked, but I think he was interested in Arya when he was down, and they might have had a little something happen. But yeah, we did meet him. But it doesn't mean that Ezra kind of another brother. We never know. Wes, that's his name. Yeah. But yeah, they could be brothers. Who knows? Carly says to Jifa, yes, we did. Yep. Suze Blue says, I'm so excited for the finale. It will be available to me on Netflix Wednesday at 8 a.m. and I will be sitting patiently with my Cocoa Pops and tissues. I have to say, Suze Blue, I was waiting very patiently when the Gilmore Girls Year in the Life came out. Now, unfortunately, that wasn't as much of a success as I was hoping it would be. But yeah, I was there with my coffee and my breakfast, everything going, okay, I'm ready, I'm waiting. Well, not my breakfast, actually. It was dinner time for me. But I'm waiting. And then literally the moment it was up, bang, I was watching the show right away. So I can imagine you doing that with Pretty Little Liars even more so. Honey says, yep, we met him. Yep. Carly said, he's played by that kid that was on a Disney show. Oh. Greg Sulkin or something. Oh, there you go. We have to look that up. Chillin' in the Fridge says, unpopular opinion, but I think Ezra was A since the very beginning. Not saying that Mona was never A, but she was working for a mystery figure who was actually Ezra. Yeah, it's certainly a possibility. I mean, Ezra's been shady the whole time, so it does make sense. Skylar says, Jessica, I want a male AD too. Well, we'll have to see. Good luck to everyone who wants a male AD. It could happen. Suze Blue says to Skylar, I don't know, maybe it just looks like she's hurting her cause we also see them hugging, or maybe it's Spencer's twin. Who knows? Yeah, you never know. Ali Babine says to chill in the fridge. I agree 100%. Oliver says, I think we will be able to trace it back to season 1, episode 1, but Marlene can't say that or else it will rule out anyone not here since the very start, e.g. Caleb and Toby. Good point. Brad says, I was the plum who liked the Charlotte reveal but hated the Sarah Harvey reveal. Just wish Charlotte was more like she was in 719. Would have made it better. Yeah, so that's awesome. So continue to be a plum, Brad. That's so cool. But yeah, I'm glad that you didn't like the Sarah Harvey thing. I don't think anyone liked the Sarah Harvey reveal. But if you like the Sarah Harvey reveal, that is totally fine. You are a plum, and that is totally awesome. But yeah, one, I didn't like the Sarah Harvey reveal, and two, I didn't like that Sarah Harvey was both red coat and black veil. That really annoyed me. Skylar says, what if He's Coming was meant for Jason, and because he couldn't reshoot other scenes, they changed it, although it could have been Archer. Yeah, no, it does make sense that it could be Jason. I actually prefer it being Jason than being Archer, so I'm going to go with your theory there, Skylar. I prefer yours. Carly says, my theory is Addison will die or be murdered at the end of the episode for that full circle. So PLL ending, they keep talking about a new story for a new generation. I would love that, Carly. Yes, yes, yes. Let's have her killed. That would be awesome. Adrelove18 is here. Adrelove18 says, made it. Woohoo! Hello, everyone. Hello, Adrelove18. Thank you so much for joining us. Honey Hepburn says, do we remember when a different character played Toby at the beginning? I do now. After you guys were telling me all the different people, I do now remember that Toby was played by someone different, and he looks very different to how Toby looks now. MC says, that's good, Carly, or maybe she goes missing. Yeah, it could be that she dies or goes missing. Who knows? But I would love it if they killed her. I don't know how she would do the spin-off, but I would love it. Brad says, I thought the He's Coming for You scene was Jason, but didn't happen due to Devious Maids. Yeah, very possible. And how good was Devious Maids? I still can't believe it's not coming back. They have confirmed it's been cancelled, and I'm so upset about that. I am so going to miss my Carmen Luna. I tell you what, I loved her. So that's really sad. Rosalind Sanchez. If you haven't seen Devious Maids, watch it. It's hilarious. MC says, hi to Adulove18. Skylar says to Sue's Blue, I think Mary drugged Spencer because we see in the promo Spencer waking up sluggish like as if she's been drugged. That's true, we do. But Mary definitely catches Spencer off guard, but stabbing is possible. Yeah, I think both are. But yeah, it definitely connects to the way that Spencer wakes up, as though she's been drugged, for sure. Carly says to MC, yes, I'm thinking something like what happened to Ali. Either she's killed or goes missing. Yeah, so we'll have to see. Oliver says, what do we think Claire, Willa and Ava's involvement will be in the finale? I'm 95% sure it's to do with Avery, but I do not want it to be Twinser. Oh, I don't either, seriously. I hope not. Ali Babine says, I love that you like Will and Grace. I love Will and Grace. Apart from PLL, it's got to be my favorite show of all time, and I can't wait for the new season. Well, Ali Babine, good news for you. We are going to be covering Will and Grace when it comes back. I'm going to be all over that. Reviews, Q&As, live chats if we want to have them. Absolutely going to be all over Will and Grace. I love that show. I'm so happy. And I'm so happy the original cast are coming back. It's going to be great. Like, especially looking forward to seeing Megan Mullally playing Karen. She is just so amazing. So I can't wait to see that again. Oliver says, that's actually an amazing theory about Addison and Jenna being sisters would explain the whole send text and Addison receiving a text witnessed by Emily. Yes, it would. Another good pickup, Oliver. You're doing really well. Omar says to Oliver, they are Addison's friends. There you go. MC says, I'm with you, Francois. I would still like Mona to be AD, but I just can't see it happening. And MC, I agree with you. I don't see it happening, but I really want it to. If it does, you better believe I'll be screaming right into Nathan's ear. You hear that, Nathan? If you're here, I'm going to be screaming in your ear if it's Mona. But yeah, I just don't see it happening either. Esther says, maybe I missed it, but did Aria tell someone Sydney, right, was on the AD team? She might have. I mean, obviously we know that Sydney's on the AD team, but I don't remember if Aria told someone. She might have, though. Oliver says to Omar, oh, that makes more sense. And I've forgotten what Omar said, sorry. Brad says, reckon Ren shoots Spencer in the finale because she steps in front of AD. Oh, potentially. I.e. Melissa or Mary. Yeah, potentially. Tori's here. She says, I'm here, guys. Hey, Tori. Thank you so much for joining us. Yay. Yeah, we're about to hit 11 o'clock, guys. So all of my Americans that were saying they would join me at 11 are going to start showing up, which is really cool. Thank you for being here, Tori. Skylar says, G for 72, we met Ezra's brother named Wes. Yeah, we did. He's another guy. I don't know the actor, but him and Arya kissed before, so not awkward, lol. Yeah, exactly. I thought so. I thought something happened, like they made out or they got together. I knew something like that happened. MC says, oh my God, Brad. Yeah, exactly. True. It would be definitely interesting if that's the case. Steffi, hey Steffi, says, to avoid spoilers, you could unlike or unfollow any ACCSs that post about PLL. Yeah, I could, absolutely. But yeah, like I don't want to lose them at the same time. I guess I just have this bad feeling that I'll lose all the people I have. But you do make a good point there. Sarah says Marlene will be Addison's mum. And becomes the 5th wine mum. Okay, probably not, haha. Although I would love if she becomes the 5th wine mum. That would be awesome, Sarah. Omar says to Steffi, that's what I'm going to do, lol. Unfollow, yeah, good idea. Don't worry about unfollowing me, guys, because I'm probably one of the last that's going to see the show. So you'll get no spoilers from me. If anything, you'll get a lot of theories. I'll probably be sitting there doing like 5 theory videos in one day or something, who knows. Going, oh, it's this person, and then 5 minutes later, no, actually, I changed my mind, it's this person. No, wait, it's this person. Oh, I just worked out how the bums got out of the basement. And you guys probably would have already seen the episode and going, yeah, he is so wrong. But anyway, Honey says, Brad, that is brilliant. Yes, it is. Oliver says, laughing out loud about the thought of Tippy being AD and Lucy Hale saying AD is much closer than you think. You guys, it's nuts. Haha, gotta love Tippy. Oh my God, if Tippy the bird is AD, it will be the best reveal ever. Oh, I would love it so much. Steffi says, yeah, it's what I'm doing, Omar. Yeah, I think a lot of people are probably going to do that. Allison is here. I don't think I've shouted you up before. Hey, Allison. Allison says, I think Twinsa exists, but I hope she's not AD. Yeah, oh, I totally agree. I hope it's not AD also. Skylar says, I don't like Nicole, but it looked like she has something to tell Arya when she mysteriously showed up. Yeah, so I wonder what she did tell Arya. We never really saw a conversation between them, did we? But yeah, I agree. I'm sure she said something. Carly says to Oliver, Tippy is always watching, manipulating. Yeah, exactly. Exactly. You can't trust that bird. It's a very baby... it's a very shady bird, that Tippy. Oliver says to Carly, yeah, I agree. Skylar says, I don't believe Marlene about Toby. Yeah, so we'll have to see. If Toby ends up being AD, that will be the biggest lie from Marlene, and, you know, we can all sort of be done with Marlene after that then. Oliver says, one more subscriber, Francois. Yay! That's so cool. So how many am I away? Is it like 1 or 2 or something? Like, I know I'm so close to getting to 250, you guys. It's totally amazing. I'll have to check it out later. Or if any of you guys know how many I have, let me know, because I know I'm really, really close. Steffi says, do you think that when Arya says she can't marry Ezra, it's because of Nicole? Yeah, it could be. That would make sense. Brad says, if Ren shoots Spencer, she doesn't die, just another shoulder wound, which causes AD to turn themselves in. Yeah, that would make a lot of sense. And I mean, how many times does Spencer have to get shot? I mean, come on. But yeah, absolutely, that would make sense. Tori says, Nicole did an interview, Skylar. She was supposed to be more involved in the end of the show, but she decided to film a movie instead of finishing PLL. How rude. How very rude, Nicole. MC says, I'm afraid that there will be lots of the couples and friend scenes between the liars, and that's what is meant by a love letter to the fans. Oh my God, no, boo, no, we don't want that. We want, what do we want, people? We want answers. Hashtag answers. Oh, I feel like I can like start this full on, I don't know, what do you call it? Those people who like parade in the streets with megaphones. Like, what do we want? Answers. When do we want it now? Do this whole rally thing. We want answers, Marlene. We'll just march up to Marlene. That'll be fun. Anyway, Honey says, Marlene said we were lucky to get Melissa back for the finale. I think we can eliminate her, Jason, and Toby. I think you will be right on that. Based on that, I think you will be right, yeah. Skylar says, Tori, done. Why couldn't she just finish PLL first? Yeah, I mean, exactly. Like, it's really annoying. Carly's already saying hashtag we need answers. Woo! thinking along the same lines, girl. Suze Blue says, guys, I have to go now for work. Thank you for another brilliant chat, and I'll rewatch tonight when I get home. Expect multiple long comments from me down below. Love to you, Francois, and all. XXXXXX. Thank you so much, Suze Blue. You know I love your multiple comments, so bring them on. I can't wait. And thank you so much for being here. Mike S. Hey, Mike S. says, PLL is the show I love to hate. Addicted, but hypocritical of it. Yeah, completely. Like, one moment we love it, one moment we hate it. Yeah, totally agree. Omar says to Honey Hepburn, see, that's makes me think she had to go back and rewrite things so many times. I don't know what that relates to, I'm sorry. Skylar says, I started Orphan Black and it's really interesting. I recommend it for anyone looking for a show. It has been recommended to me before. I'll definitely have to get into it because I am looking for some shows to get into, so I have to look at that. Speaking of the word orphan, has anyone seen the film Orphan? I love that film so much. It's really twisted, but I do love it. I'm hoping they bring out another one. I know at one stage they said they were thinking of doing Orphan 2, but if you guys have seen it, let me know, and let me know if you liked it. Mike says, agree, Skylar, it's a great show, and the lead actress does a great job playing all the clones. Oh, cool. I'll have to definitely check it out. Brad says, unless the answers are revealed through the sex scenes or wedding, reckon Mary takes Spencer to Mona's apartment. Yeah, I mean, like, come on. I mean, I'm not going to imitate someone having a sex scene, but, you know, if Caleb and Mona having a sex scene, that would be really interesting. If Caleb and Hannah are having a sex scene and Caleb says, I'm AD, like, that would just be really weird. Yeah, so we don't need that. But Mary takes Spencer to Mona's apartment. Could be interesting. Certainly sets up the scene where Mona slaps Spencer, so for sure. Ellen is here. Hey, Ellen. Ellen says, oh no, I'm rearranging my room, so I forgot the time. I lost my streak. Oh, that's okay, Ellen. You've joined us, and we've still got another hour to go, so thank you for being here. Skylar says, yes, Mike S. just finished season 1. I don't... Oh, for the Orphan show. Yeah, so I definitely have to check that out, you guys. Remind me once this is uploaded to check out the show, because otherwise I'm going to totally forget. And as we know, this whole chat thing disappears, so I'm going to forget about that. So remind me. Tori says, I watch PLO with my husband and mum. Oh, that's so sweet. They don't pay attention, but they do. Oh, that's still so sweet. I love that. Your husband and your mum. That is so sweet, Tori. I love that. I don't think my mum would watch Pretty Little Lies at all. It's not her thing. I think I tried getting her. I've lost her up to. Okay. Yes, I started trying to get my mum into watching PLL, and I got an episode to her quite sneakily and said, watch this, tell me what you think. And she said, oh, yeah, I don't like this. Okay, it's totally fine. So I'm a little jealous that you can watch it with your mum. I think that's awesome, though. Oliver says, I think they've run the Charles River dry. We don't need any confusion with Cece is actually Bethany and Charles is Sarah Harvey. Just need Hannah to take off that black hoodie and get the world shook. I love that, Oliver. That's awesome. Remember that time that was it Spencer or something? Hannah was wearing a red coat and she runs into the girls' bathroom at the high school because I think they were trying to out Spencer or something. You guys have to remind me who it was. Someone was pretending to be in the red coat, one of the girls. That was, if it was Hannah, maybe it was foreshadowing something, I guess. MC says, Marlene saying she loves Toby so wouldn't make him AD seems ridiculous. If she loves him, why wouldn't she want to make him the catalyst for everything? Completely agree with you. Like, it doesn't make sense. If I had a favorite person in the show and I was the director, I would make them AD as well. Like, seriously, yeah. Does she hate whoever AD is there? Maybe. Who knows? Ellen says, my girlfriend will watch the final with me, but later. In the Netherlands, the final airs on Sunday, so I'll be watching Wednesday alone and on Sunday with my girlfriend. Aww, that's so sweet. Susan Frere says, maybe in the flash forward, the girls come together for Mike and Mona's wedding. Just some wishful thinking. Oh, but I would love that though. I would. It would give Mona her happily ever after, and it would give us Mike. Because where the heck is Mike? He's like totally gone, and I would love to have him come back. Is Mike going to be in the finale? Like, I know it's wishful thinking, but since you brought it up, I'd love to know if he's going to be in the finale. MC says, bye, Suze Blue. Have a good shift. Yeah, bye, Suze Blue. Hope you're enjoying your work day. Honey says, yes, MC. I think it's funny. That's the only straight answer we've ever gotten from her. Yeah, about Toby. Yeah, exactly. It's weird. Mike says, Addison is Melissa's baby. Just kidding. Yeah, well, I mean, Mike, you never know. You never know in this world of PLL, directed by Marlene King. Omar says, I think people should give up on Ren being Charles and just accept that Cece was Charles. Lol. I agree. We just don't have time for it anyway, so I completely agree. Anxiety Girl says to Susan Frere, yes, I thought I was the only one who missed them together. No, definitely not. I miss them together too. Omar says, Addison is Arya's sister from when her dad was cheating on her mum. With Meredith? Oh, no, that would be so sad. I mean, I loved the actress in Center Stage. Loved her in Center Stage. But I hated her in Real Alliance. Oliver says, anyone from the UK out there, can we appreciate how shocking Archer's British accent is? Nice. I have cousins in the UK. I should ask them to watch it. MC says, yes, Honey Hepburn. That's why I find it hard to believe anything that Marlene says. Yeah, exactly. Susan Frere says, I'm going to grab something yummy to eat and turn on PLL. Yelling at my TV is most likely going to happen. Yes, same here. I'm going to be yelling at, well, I'm probably going to be Nathan, so I'll be yelling at Nathan's TV, for sure. Anxiety Girl says to Omar, lol, this could totally happen. Maybe Meredith is AD. I swear if Meredith is AD, I will not be happy about that at all. Like, seriously, that actress needs to go and do Center Stage 2. She does not need to be AD. You know, like, if you've seen the movie, wouldn't it be good? We'll have a second Center Stage, and she and Cooper Nielsen open their own studio, and it could be really interesting. Who knows? If you haven't seen Center Stage, you're like, what the heck is he talking about? But it's a good film. If you like dance films, because it's a dance film, it's a good film. Where are we? Oliver says, also, where were Mary and Spencer in the promo? Not in prison as Mary had on her own clothes. Is she already out? Yeah, who knows? Be interesting to see where they were. The Cara Jade person you guys recommended me to watch was talking about the O's behind Mary in the fence. Found that really interesting that she was analyzing the fence. But yeah, it could mean something. Who knows? So go back and check out the fence and all the O's. Big shout out to Cara Jade there. Okay, Esther says Ezra is a. Ezra, she says something, but she's gone. Give me a sec. Wow, I am like way behind you guys. There we go. Ezra is adopted, does research, found out real families in Rosewood, goes there, falls in love with Ali, but more research found out it's family, more research and found out what the girls did. We're talking about that's what makes him AD. Carly says, if anyone had an honest to God, understandable motive, it'd be Jenna. Exactly, right? I mean, come on. Esther says, Jenna thing and all, but choose Arya because because he understands her dark side. Yeah. But still, I want it to be Jenna. Jenna or Mona or Jenna and Mona would just be the most brilliant reveal ever. But we'll see. Anxiety Girl says to Oliver, that confused me too. I thought she had 20 years of prison. Yeah, so very annoying. Who knows? Maybe something came to light and she got out. Who knows? Esther says, oops, found out about the girls. Sorry. Don't know what you mean by that. Sorry. Carly says, don't apologize. You need to hydrate. Oh, wow. I'm way behind. Sarah says, but thanks, Carly. I appreciate it. Sarah says, I think I'm going to cram in the episodes from the CC reveal onwards until now for the next 3 days to see if I can pick up on any of the clues for the finale. If you can do it, Sarah, go you. I did. I full on crammed PLL. It was quite a few months ago now, but still, when I did it, it was very hard to do. Oliver says, anxiety girl, Meredith needs to die a painful death. Yes, she does. MC says, I always found it funny how much they hated Jenna. She was a victim of theirs. They blinded her, for goodness sake. Yeah, exactly. Like, what the hell? I never got that either. Like, seriously. Oliver says to Sarah, exactly what I've been doing since my exams finished on Friday. Awesome. How'd you go on your exams, Oliver? Best of luck to you. Anxiety girl says to Oliver, what happened to her? Anyway, I forgot. To Meredith, well, remember how she trapped Arya down in the basement and then did she get arrested or something? I thought she got arrested, but I could be wrong there because I remember Byron came home and found out what happened. But yeah, it was a long time ago. Mike says, exactly, MC, the girls are not good people. Well, I mean, yeah, in many ways, they're not. They're pretty little liars. Omar says, only person that blinded Jenna was Allison. She should take it out on her, not the other girls. I agree, but it takes one person to do a bad thing, and it takes others who step back that make it worse. I would like to see the girls reach out to Jenna. I really would. I don't blame them. I do blame Allison, but I blame them for for being mean to her because they have no reason to be mean to her. MC says you have to drink regularly, sip as much as you want. It's important to keep hydrated. Well, thank you, MC. I'm going to because my throat's getting even more dry. It's a good workout during these chats, really. Mike says the other girls covered it up for her. Anxiety girl says, Susan Frere, same here, I'm going to scream when AD is revealed. Yep, exactly. Oliver says, anxiety girl, me neither. After she tried to poison Arya with tea or something, hopefully she got exiled. Yeah, exactly. It was ridiculous, wasn't it, Oliver? Carly says, Gilmore Girls disappointed me so much, I'm guessing. Hashtag Team Jess. Yeah, love Jess. So I've spoken to other Gilmore Girls fans and they don't like Jess, but I love Jess. I thought he was great. But yeah, disappointed me so much as well. Was very upset with that. MC says, that's true, Mike S. They should all have spent their teenage years in juvenile detention. Yeah, they should have. And Mike says he agrees. Oliver says his brother's name is Wes, Greg Skulkin, who is a spice. Oh, there you go. Speaking of which, Francois, looking forward to LGBT thing. Oh, thank you, Oliver. I'm looking forward to it too. I think it's going to be amazing. So right now I'm staying focused on Pretty Little Liars, and because if anyone came to my last Shadowhunters chat, you will know that Francois T can't focus on anything aside from Pretty Little Liars right now because it was literally, welcome to Shadowhunters, Pretty Little Liars. We should talk about Shadowhunters, Pretty Little Liars. I want to give it the attention it deserves. I'm really looking forward to this LGBTIQ chat so much. So once Pretty Little Liars is finished, we're definitely going to do that. So thank you so much for that, Oliver. I'm looking forward to it, and I hope that you can make it. Well, it sounds like you will because you said looking forward to it. So yay, thank you. Omar says, I think everybody liked when Sarah Harvey died. Oh yeah, it was awesome. She died in the bathtub, as everyone keeps telling me, but it was close to the shower. But absolutely, we all loved it. MC says, I'm still not happy with no Jason. I completely agree with you. What's going on, Drew? Like, I know it's your contract, but what was it about your contract? What was it about your contract that let you do Devious Maids and Pretty Little Liars, but not what you're doing now? Whatever that is. What is he doing at the moment? Does anyone know? Carly says to Omar, she died as she lived in the shower. Aw, so cool. I love that you're saying shower too, because I said shower and everyone called me out and said, no, it's bath. So MC says, LMAO Carly. Brad says, on the night of the finale, I'll be watching alone with pizza, tissues, and Johnny Walker since I'm old enough to drink. I think I will definitely need a drink myself. Probably not a Johnny Walker, but yeah, I'll definitely need a drink myself, and maybe a pizza or two would be nice as well. I definitely want to have a party, so that was the discussion I had with Nathan. I said, we're going to have a party, a PLL party. Mike S says, yeah, there was a different Jason too. Yes, there was. Carly says to Brad, I'll have a bottle of wine. Yay. Oliver says to Carly, I completely agree. I said in the last video about the full circle about Addison being the new Allison, with her friends on IMDb being the new Posse. It's certainly very possible. And that's what it looked like when we saw her last. Speaking of drinking, you guys, this has just got me thinking. It's something I've been wondering for a while. As you guys know, I like to do things in the name of social research. So I just wanted to ask, since we've got a lot of people around the world, I'd like to know the answer. How old do you need to be in your state, nation, country, whatever it may be, to drink? Because I know it varies from state to state, country to country. Certainly where I live, it's 18 years of age, which might be shocking to a lot of people that it's 18. It's certainly very low, but what is it where you live? Let me know. And say the age, and that's the age to drink, so that I know what it is, because I'm way behind and I'll probably forget I've asked you this. Okay. Oliver says to Carly, I completely agree. I said in the last video, yeah. So Carly says to Oliver, yes, good idea. Esther says, no, Devious Mates is cancelled. I'm so sad now. Yes, Esther. Oh my God, I nearly cried when I saw it, because the way it ended so open-ended. There was a new mystery that was starting, and they've stopped it. They did the same thing with Witches of East End that they did with Devious Maids and The Secret Circle and so many other great shows that I love. Ugh, so annoying. I almost feel like I don't want to take chances on shows because they keep getting cancelled. But yeah, I don't know why they cancelled Devious Maids. It was so good. MC says, what if the final scene is Ali running Addison over, stopping the car and saying, that's immortality, my darlings? I would love that. I am sure that Sasha will say, that's immortality, my darlings, at some point in the finale. I would love if that's where she says it. Gabriella's here. Hola. Just a little break because I need to get back to studying. Oh, well, thank you for being here, Gabriella. We definitely appreciate it. But we also know how important studying is. So thank you for being here, and study, girl. Very important. Chilling in the Fridge says, why was Sarah Harvey killed anyway? Are we assuming A killed her? I don't remember anything about her death. It was all super random and fuzzy. So I think Marlene was saying that when Jenna said Noel Conn killed Sarah Harvey, that we have to believe that, that is true. But why? I have no idea. Maybe she knew too much. Who knows? Omar says, I love Devious Maids. Oh my God, how great was it? Who was your favorite character? As I say, mine was Carmen Luna. But I loved that show. It was so good. And I also loved that Drew Van Acker was in it, because I kept calling him Jason in the first season. Like, oh my God, it's Jason. Then I had to realize, no, his name is Remy Delator in that one. Carly says to MC, LMFAO. Mike says, that sounds like Mean Girls, MC. Yeah, it totally does, doesn't it? Lol. MC says, lol. Mike S says, I miss Evil Allison. Yeah, so it's cool that you do. I don't, but I know a lot of people do. So we'll see if she comes back in the finale. Carly says, to chill in the fridge, I think we are to assume Noel killed her because she was about to rat on him. Yeah, very possible that's why, but definitely we're to assume that Noel killed her for sure. Omar says, what if PLL ends like Desperate Housewives did? You're going to have to help me out there, Omar, because I did not see anywhere near enough Desperate Housewives. I don't even think I got through the first season, so you have to let me know. Sorry about that. MC says, Sasha played evil so well. She did, I agree. Gabriella says, I also thought that. Omar Givens. Yeah, so again, remind me what happened in the finale. Well, not remind me, tell me, because I didn't see it, sorry. Chill in the Fridge says, yeah, I agree, MC. It has always been a little weird how badly the girls treated Jenna, especially as she was the real victim. I mean, they blinded her and acted like it wasn't a big deal at all. Yeah, exactly, and that always annoyed me. Like, as I say, Allison may have been the one to do it, but the fact that they treated her so badly was just so wrong. I never appreciated that at all. Oliver says to Mike, I know when she said to Hannah, actually, before I read that, sorry, Oliver, didn't Jenna even try and reach out when she spoke to Aria to get her to help with the flute recital thing? I feel like at that moment, like it came across as being shady because Aria didn't trust Jenna, but I feel like that was Jenna's moment to reach out to Aria and say, you know, let's have a moment and to play some instruments together, and you know, I made cookies or whatever she made. She left the room to go get cookies or something. See, Jenna even tried, but the girls did not. Oliver says to Mike, I know when she said to Hannah, unless you'd like to go back to spending your weekends alone, Dance Dance Revolution and a jumbo bag of chips. I was on the floor. She is savage. Yeah, I remember that. MC says, oh, like Gabriella, regular breaks are good. Yes, definitely when you're studying for sure. Omar says, Evil Allison was great. I'm not going to lie. If she would have stayed that way, I think she would have joined the A-team. Totally agree with you on that, Omar. Mike's S says, Oliver, Evil Allison was so savage and entertaining. Yeah, she definitely was. Sasha played it really well. Gabriella says, hola to MC. Yes, plus I hate that I missed the last live chats. Yeah, we're sad you missed it too, Gabriella, but you're here for this one, so that's good. And I mean, I started early, you guys, so I mean, the fact that you guys are here and that you guys that were here right away at 10 o'clock, I mean, that was amazing to me because I honestly thought we might have had one or two, so we did really well. MC says, I really look forward to seeing the mums drunk again. Yeah, me too. I can't wait to see that. And we see in the sneak peek that it definitely happens. So I think Mrs. Hastings says something to Spencer along the lines of, thank God you drove. But the way she says it, she's so totally wasted. It's hilarious. Honey says, my partner said she thinks Twinsa is Maya in a Spencer mask. That would be the best thing ever. If Twinsa is Maya in a Spencer mask, I am all for Twinsa being AD. Tell your partner I completely agree, honey. I would love that to happen, and that's why I agree, because I would love it to happen. Chill in the Fridge says, Alison's character changes from evil to nice is super unnatural, actually. I liked her better as evil. Yeah, fair enough. I like her better as good, but I can understand where you're coming from. Ellen is telling me that I've reached 250 family members. I have? Are you kidding me? Oh my God, I have to check this out, you guys. I have to pause, well, what I'm saying and check this out. Because if we reach 250, that is a big celebration. Let's go there. Give me a sec. Come on. You know. Yay! We did! Wow! Thank you, everyone! We did it! Oh my God! And it's like Sunday. Like, seriously. We're not even up to the episode yet. Oh, thank you. Thank you, one and all. 250 family members. Big group hug to all of you. That is so amazing. Thank you. Mwah! I love you all. Thank you, thank you. So happy. MC says it will be worth it in the end, Gabriella. Yeah. Honey Hepburn is sending me firecrackers, it looks like. I don't know what that is, but it looks like firecrackers, which is so cool. Yay. Gabriella says, yay, 250. Oliver Wiseman says, yes. MC says, whoop, whoop, 250. Tori says, you're at 250. Ah, I'm so happy. Who is person 250? If it was you, please let me know. I will give you the biggest shout out. I'm so happy right now. Please let me know if it was you. Anxiety Girl says, at Honey Hepburn, that would be epic. Carly says, mine says 249. Yeah, so I refreshed my page, and my page does say 250. So maybe refresh again, but it is 250, Anxiety Girl, so I'm very happy. Sorry, not Anxiety Girl, Carly. Sorry, wrong person. Carly, refresh the page. Anxiety Girl said to Honey Hepburn, that will be epic. MC says, lol, Honey Hepburn, that would be awesome and very funny. Yes, it would. Esther says 250. So happy. Oliver says, no, when I said one more subscriber, I meant one more until 250. I was subscribed since 98, I think. Loyal family member. Yes, for sure, you are. I know I have all of my OG comment below and let me know family people, but I love all of you. So thank you, whoever you are, number 250. Thank you so, so, so much. Honey Hepburn says, we just love Maya and want her back by any means necessary. Yeah, exactly. We'll take anything right now. We'll just take her saying hello. Like, really? That's all we need. Brad said, whatever happened to Tippy the bird? Yeah, so what did happen to Tippy the bird? How did he just go? Mike says, Tippy escaped her cage and now lives as a free bird. Aww. She escaped. She got clothes like Dobby. She's a free bird. Tippy is free. Oh, how cute is that? If any of you have seen Harry Potter, when he says Dobby is free, it's so cute. Anyway, moving on. Tippy's a free bird. That's so cool. Cliff is here. Hey, Cliff. I don't think I've shouted you out before. Thank you for joining us. Cliff says NAT. NAT for sure. Marlene said that NAT won't come up in the last episode, and that absolutely disappoints me. So I wish it would have. But I love NAT. MC says, hashtag answers. What do we want? Answers. When do we want them? Now. Yes. MC, you can join the rally with me. Omar says, to Brad, CC ate him. Oh, Tippy the bird. That's terrible. Gabriella says, lol. Anxiety girl says to Omar, I'm dead. Oh my God. That's just terrible. Oh, this is to Honey Hepburn. Yes, Maya's death was too wishy-washy to be true. No funeral, visible body, or anything like that. Very convinced she is alive. Yeah, very much so. So, you know, where the heck is she? Alison says, I feel like Ezra is most likely to be AD, but I can't imagine Mona saying she would never have guessed it was him because she was suspicious of him. Remember, she questioned his book list. That is very true, Alison. Good one. Skylar says, yes, I've seen it. Ellen says, oh my God, yes. Are we talking about Orphan? I think we are. Yeah. So Honey Hepburn says, I love the film Orphan. Carly says, Orphan freaked me out. Oh my God. Adra Love 18 says, I love Orphan. So crazy. Anxiety Girl says, yes, Orphan was so good, but very crazy. Ellen says, oh my God, yes, the Orphan movie was amazing. Wasn't it? I loved it. And there was an alternate ending, which I say I love even more. I don't know if you guys have seen it, but if you haven't, go to YouTube and check it out. Esther survives in the alternate ending in the finale, and she walks down the stairs to see the cops, all very professional. Like, she's like, good evening, I'm Esther. And all this. And it's, oh, such a good alternate ending. But I loved the film. It was so good. So twisted, but so good. I would love to see a second one. Let's get back to Pretty Little Liars. Brad, your message has been retracted. Try again. Oliver says, oh, sorry, I missed MC. MC says, I think if Maya turned up and just checked into the hotel, I would forgive Marlene almost anything. I would too, absolutely. Excuse me, guys. Might have to have a drink in a minute. Oliver says, so I looked up the pilot for Lolita as it seems to be relevant and is actually so weird. Ooh, how does it connect? Let me know, Oliver. Omar says, does anybody remember where Mona and Caleb kissed? Yes. It took me a moment to remember. Yes, absolutely, because they were playing a part at the time. Like, they were trying to convince... They were going undercover for something. I don't remember what it was, but they were in the car. Yes, I do remember it. Very interesting moment. Jessica B says, question, when Mona and Emily went and talked to the doctor about Allison's baby daddy, and Mona said she was good with the ID number to figure out the baby daddy, I wonder if Mona ever figured it out. Yeah, so Jessica B, I completely agree with you. How the hell do we not know who it is? Like, she went away to research it and we never got an answer. Come on, Mona. Carly says, my husband says PLL is terrible and asks me why I watch it every week. Carly, unfortunately, I'm not surprised. You know, I've had people say it to me as well in the past. But I love that you still watch it, so go you. Cliff says, oh yeah, who's the father? Yeah, who is the father? So we've had some theories, but who do you think is the father, Cliff? Let me know. Anxiety Girl says, did anyone see Melissa and Paige in the promo? No. I saw Melissa, I did not see Paige. So, yeah, no. MC says, well, if Mona can't have her true love, Hannah, maybe she decides to go for the next thing, Caleb. Maybe. Tori says, do Ali and Emily go a year without knowing the baby's father? Well, Tori, that's very possible. Skylar says, yeah, my mum's only into Spanish telenovelas, lol. Has she seen Devious Maids? I mean, I know that it's in English, but has she seen it? I hope she likes it if she has. But that's totally fair. My mum doesn't like it either, so there you go. MZ says, I saw Melissa, but I didn't notice Paige. Yeah, exactly, same here. Brad, your message has been retracted again. I'm so sorry. Please try again. Carly says, yeah, they were trying to out Spencer, and I think it was Hannah. Okay, there you go. Anxiety Girl says, Hannah was pretending to be Redcoat. Yes, Right, sorry, that's what we're connecting it to. So they were trying to out Spencer, and Hannah was pretending to be the red coat. Yeah, so when Hannah turned around as red coat, before we knew what was going on, I was like, oh my god, Hannah really is red coat. I don't know if you guys fell for it, but I certainly fell for it. And it made me realize how I would react if Hannah was AD. So I wouldn't necessarily mind if Hannah was AD, to be completely honest. Cliff says, I always assumed Sarah Harvey's old friends would show up. Yeah, me too. I found it weird that they never did. Oliver said they were testing to see if Spencer knew who Red Coat was. Hannah was wearing the coat in the bathroom. This should have been my quiz, you guys, seriously, because you're all answering it, which is so cool. Yeah, so that's what happened, which is what made me think, like, yeah, exactly. Remembering that reaction I had to Hannah being red coat then makes me think, oh my gosh, it'd be a great reveal if it was Hannah. Omar says Paige was in the promo. Yeah, like I'm wondering the same thing. I did not see Paige in the promo. Carly says, quote, you followed me so you don't know who she is either. Yes, so that's what Hannah says. She's like, you follow me so you don't know who she is either, or I can't do an American accent to save my life. But anyway, you do not want me to try. I've tried many times, believe me. And everyone always says, no, that's really bad, Francois. Don't do that again. Yeah, it's exactly what Hannah said. Oliver says, Mike's not in the finale. Oh, missed opportunity. Cliff said, Mike's a werewolf. Yes, I've heard he's in Teen Wolf. When I get time, I'm going to go back to Teen Wolf. I watched the first episode, first season, and I loved the first season of Teen Wolf. I don't know why I stopped watching it, because I always loved it. Omar says, I think Mike and Mona were great together. I think that sorry, I'm trying to read what you're saying, Mona. I think Mike and Mona were great together in that he could keep Mona from going crazy. Yeah, totally. I mean, remember when she was doing the blood draw thing? And then Mike calmed her down. Just need a second there. Sorry, guys. Cliff says Addison spin-off. Yeah, so the Addison spin-off is called The Perfectionist. So we'll have to see what happens there. Lucy Yen tried to comment, but her comment has been retracted. Sorry, Lucy Yen, but thank you for being here in the chat. MC says Archer's accent was appalling. Yeah, so that's what a lot of people are saying. Lucy Yen has responded again and said, my mum loves it. That's awesome. And thank you for being here, Lucy Yen. Brad says the answers between sex scenes and the answers during the wedding vows, i.e. AD reveal or Allison's baby daddy, it was Hannah in the red coat trying to find if Spencer really is on the AD team. Yeah, true. So I'm going to read that again. The answers between sex scenes and the answers during the wedding vows, i.e. AD's reveal or Addison's baby daddy. Yeah, it probably will be that. It was Hannah in the red coat trying to find out if Spencer is really on the AD team. Yeah, so there you go. I love that all you guys remember this. Are you looking it up or are you just retaining it? Like, that's really cool. I mean, I've retained quite a bit from PLL. But, you know, if you put me on the spot and ask me something, I would not remember. Like, just now I've had a flash remembering Mona auditioning in that choir thing. What was it? Was it for a musical? Help me out here, you guys. I've just had a flashback of Mona in the choir room. She's sitting there, and Ari is there as well. And I think, were they auditioning or were they part of a choir or something? Remind me, you guys. I've had this flashback for a reason. I don't know what it is. Skylar says, some people are theorizing that Jason is in the finale because on his Instagram he had a picture about finishing PLL, but then he removed it. Oh, I would love to see him again. Hashtag wishful thinking. Hey, if Drew Van Acker is in the finale, I will be so happy. Like, seriously. I don't know why Marlene would say no, though. Like, why should we go out of her way to say no? That's just ridiculous. Give me a moment. Ooh, we have a lot of people. Okay. Honey Hepburn says, I love Center Stage. Honey, give me one moment. Yeah, I know. How great is it? Such a good film. I was studying dance at that time, or English dance at that time in high school. And so when I saw that film, oh my God, it's just fantastic. Gabriella says, I have to go now. Oh, Well, hasta luego. But I just want to say my theory that Ezra and Cece are twins, so Ezra is AD, and nobody would know they are related because no one would know how Cece would have looked like as a guy. That's a good point. She also says they are the same age. The problem is I also want Eliza to be Ezra's and Ali's daughter, but then ew, haha. Who's Eliza? Am I missing something? Anxiety Girl says to Skylar, yeah, I want that too, but Marlene confirmed that he won't be. Yeah, so we'll have to see. Maybe she's lying. Cliff says, heard a spin-off was legitimately happening. Yeah, so I don't know if the spin-off is The Perfectionist or if it's something else, but yeah, Marlene's pretty much confirmed that something's happening. At least I'm pretty sure she has anyway. Sounds like she was confirming it in that E-Live interview. MC says yes to Cliff. Oliver says Cara Jade is very thorough, isn't she? Yeah, she is. Managing to link the color of Mona's walls to the Bee Gees. Yes, lots of respect. Oliver's saying respect though. Yeah, lots of respect to Cara Jade. Skylar says, I like Cara Jade's videos, but I think she's overanalyzing the show and PLL writers are not that smart to add in all those details. I would agree with you, Skylar, that they're not that smart, but I do love that she is over-analyzing everything. Back in the day, like, I'm sorry that I keep bringing up this scene, but Mona's room, French music coming out the window, I over-analyzed everything like she did. So I can appreciate how she's doing it. Tell you what, those hours trying to find that French music, and all that meant was Cece went to Paris, Cece's age. And I thought like we would translate the words and it would mean something. And oh my god. Brad says Addison Arias is Aria's dad's daughter. That's the real reason the Montgomerys went to Iceland after Allison's disappearance. Yeah, maybe. Anxiety Girl says to Brad, they left Addison in Iceland and she came back by herself. Yep, she came back by herself, Anxiety Girl. Absolutely. That's how she became who she is. Skylar says, I don't want Paige back because she's boring, but does anyone remember telling Emily, and if you have to protect me from Ali, then you haven't been paying attention enough. Does anyone recall that? No, I don't, but that might certainly mean something. Oliver says, exams went great, thanks. Need something else to focus on, though, after the finale, or I'll go insane over the holidays. Well, we are going to be doing PLL. We're going to do other chats and stuff as well. So like I said, the LGBTIQ one. We're going to do Will and Grace stuff. We're going to do Charmed chats, which I am so looking forward to. And Marissa came up with some great ideas. I don't think Marissa's here today, but Marissa came up with some good ideas with me. We're going to do some really awesome stuff with Charmed chats as well. But if you guys have any other ideas for chats that you'd like to do, certainly once the video has been uploaded, let me know, because I take all ideas into consideration. So please let me know. Scarlett says, did I get the line right? I honestly don't remember her saying that about paying enough attention, but you could be. Let her know. Cliff says, I recall. Honey Hepburn says, I remember. Anxiety says to Skylar, I remember, which is good. Cliff says, does Ali have a genuine bone in her body? Well, I think the finale will definitely reveal if she does. Is her relationship with Emily real? Who knows? And oh my god, I love Devious Maids. Oh, how great is it? Oh, so sad. Why was it cancelled? Like, I think they said because the ratings or whatever, but to me, I just don't get that. It was just such a great show. So I don't get it at all, but that's just me. MC says, what is Drew doing now? Yeah, I have no idea. Carly says, well, the show was running, was it not? Devious Maids. Yeah, it was. But it stopped now. So MC says, how is Nathan? Will he be back? I keep forgetting who Nathan is. Oh, mine. I thought you meant Nathan in Pretty Little Liars. I'm thinking there's a guy named Nate with Emily and Emily killed. I thought you meant him. My Nathan, my friend Nathan. Nathan's good. Yeah, he's doing great. He's really busy at the moment, but he's doing really well. He said to say hi to all of you. And he promised that he will do a video after the finale with me. So he definitely will do that. So big hi and hello from Nathan, and I'll let him know you all said say hi as well. Thanks, Emily, MC. I appreciate it. Mike says 21. Oh, so for the age limit, 21? Yeah, so there you go. New York is 21, says Skylar. Cliff says 21, VA. Honey says 21, Arkansas. Carly says US 21, Germany 18. So Germany's like Australia then. Jessica says most states in the USA it's 21 to be legal to drink. Omar says Louisiana it's 21 and to drive is 18. Yeah, so we are drink and drive for 18. Tori says you have to be 21 in North Carolina, US to be drinking. Carly says to drink. Yep. Adra Love says 21 for California. Louisian says Brazil is 18. So Brazil's like Australia. There you go. MC says it's 18 to drink over here in the UK and 17 to drive. Well, so it's younger to drive in the UK. There you go. Skylar says in Louisiana you can walk around with your alcohol freely. Lol, loved my trip there. That's awesome. Yeah, so it's 18 here for both. So once you turn 18, you're considered an adult. So you can drink, you can drive, you can smoke, cigarettes, obviously. We don't, marijuana is not legal in Australia. I know that it is in other countries and in certain states in America. It's not in Australia. So you can smoke tobacco, you can drink, and you can drive at 18, which is really young for us. And when I found out in America that it was 21 through certain TV shows I watched, I was like, oh my God, like they must think we're little babies, putting little babies behind like the wheel of a car at 18. But it's good to know that some others, like we say in Brazil and Germany and the UK, to drink, 17 to drive, which is even younger. So it makes me feel a little bit better. Oliver says, my final AD theory, sorry to be repetitive. No, totally. That's why we're here. We're here to work out who the heck AD is. Hannah's twin, Bethany, killed Hannah. Melissa buried her, and Bethany has been living her life. Mrs. D was having an affair with Tom, hence the Radley recording. I like all of that, actually, because it's just something you wouldn't expect. Wendy is here. Hey, Wendy. Thank you for joining us. Skylar says, hey, Wendy. Cliff says, so Hannah is really Bethany wearing a mask. Potentially. Potentially. Bradley says, 18 since I'm from Australia too. Yay. There you go. Alofa's here. Hey, Alofa. Alofa says, hi, Francois. I'm late. This has nothing to do with Pretty Little Liars. But can you do a review for the next season of RuPaul's Drag Race? I've heard you say congratulations. Yes, I certainly can. Now, I don't know who won RuPaul's Drag Race, so don't tell me. If you've already told me in the comments, that's totally fine. I don't mind. But if you haven't, please don't tell me. I'm catching up. I'm up to the second last episode. So I am catching up. MC says, but yes, I can definitely do the next season for RuPaul's Drag Race. I love RuPaul's Drag Race. It's so good. And I'm trying to look out for other shows that are on Logo. RuPaul's Drag Race has helped me see a lot of things, but especially it's shown me Logo, the channel. So I was watching, what's it called? Finding Prince Charming or something. So I watched the season of that, and I can't believe there isn't another one yet. Hopefully it's coming out soon, but that was really good as well. So, yeah. Anyway, moving on. Always up for anything LGBTIQ related. MC says, I hope Ali is genuine about Emily. Cliff, that should be millions. Give me a sec. That should be millions of pedo fans if she isn't. Yeah, look, me too. I agree. I hope she is genuine. Honey says, I left out and came back. We definitely have 250 subscribers. Yes, we do. I'm so happy, you guys. I honestly thought it would take till AD's reveal. And we aren't at AD's reveal and we've already got it. So that's so awesome. MC says there would be millions of pedo fans, that should say. Yeah, I got what you meant, MC, but thank you anyway. Skylar says, really, 250, honey? Woohoo! Yep, 250, Skylar. If you guys have just joined me after the hour, yeah, 250. We've already made it. Just so good. Cool. I should, like, try and have another target. But I can't believe we made it. I'm so happy. I'm going to ride that 250 wave. So happy. Scarlett says, yes. Mike says, I feel like all their enemies, like Arya, Mona, and Jenna, both have a soft spot for Arya. Yeah, I would agree. Scarlett says, 250 subscribers, Francois. Credit to Honey for noticing. Yeah, absolutely. Yes, and thank you, Scarlett. Thank you so much. I'm so happy. I can't believe we got there, and I can't believe we got there now. Like I said, I thought it would take quite a while to get there, but we did. It's all thanks to you guys. Mwah. MC says, yes, Jenna did try to reach out. Yeah, she totally did. So what the heck? Cliff says, what about that clay molding class Arya and Jenna took? Yeah, so, okay. First of all, Arya should have told Jenna she was Arya. Like, that was so wrong of her to not say anything. And it was a beautiful moment between them. And I think Arya was trying to deal with the whole situation once it came out that it was her. It was beautiful, like lighting the candle, seeing the dancing lights, and having the whole scene. I loved that. But yeah, she should have been honest from the get-go. But I don't know, it's so sad. Anxiety Girl, your message has been retracted. Please try again. Wendy says, give me a sec because your comment is going to. I love the idea of Allison playing AD or A all along, but I don't think it really makes sense at this point. I think Jenna would be interesting as AD, but part of me doesn't think she's evil. Yeah, so it's tough to say. Tammin has been interviewed many, many times, and she says, well, she's kind of both. So, tough to say. Debbie is here. Debbie says, I just got here. So sorry. No problems at all, Debbie. Thank you so much for being here. MC says, I remember that Cliff. She had Arya spinning the pots for all the colours on the walls. Yes, yeah, exactly. It was a beautiful scene until it didn't work out anymore. But yeah. Cliff says, Real Housewives of Rosewood. Oh, I would so tune in for Real Housewives of Rosewood for sure. That would be awesome. Hello, do not forget we are doing Real Housewives of Melbourne when it comes back. So if you're in America and you haven't seen Real Housewives of Melbourne, check it out. You don't necessarily need to check out Real Housewives of Sydney, but my Sydney friends may say different. But Real Housewives of Melbourne is really awesome. If you guys like, what's that woman's name? Nene Leakes or Lynx or whatever her name is, you will love Gina. You will love her so much. She's awesome. So definitely check it out. Alofa says, my final suspect as AD is Ezra Fitzgerald. Did you see what I did there? I did, Alofa. A lot of people have been doing that. But yeah, I think a lot of people feel like it is either Ezra or Lucas or Melissa. So yeah. Cliff says that he saw what you did there. Okay. Having trouble reading this. Okay. Mike says, I hope Marlene doesn't change the plot-driven fans for the ship-centric fans. Mike, I completely agree with you. I'm so scared she will, but I hope she doesn't. Anxiety Girl says, congrats, you deserve it. Thanks, Anxiety Girl. And just thanks to all of you. You guys made it happen. I just requested it. You made it happen. So I feel like the luckiest guy in the world right now. So thank you. Skylar says, yep, Alofa, I did. Anxiety Girl says, Dobby is a free elf. Yes, he is. Oh, poor Dobby. Cliff says, NAT prequel spin-off. I would love that. How good would that be? Alofa says, is he reading our messages? Yes, I am. I'm just way far behind. So I'm so sorry. Right now, your timestamp is 11:34 and it's 11:53. So I'm way behind. I'm trying to catch up. Tori says, Marlene did an interview and said NAT's story is done. Yeah, she did, but having a prequel would be really cool. IJ is here. Hey, IJ. IJ says, hey, Francois, long time. It has been a long time. Thank you for joining us. MC says, completely off topic, but I forgot to say I love the Famous Five books too. Oh, that is so cool. I was wondering if someone else would say that. I was a huge Enid Blyton fan. Yeah, so was I. I have to say that if George wasn't gay, I'll eat rainbow flag. Give me a sec, I've lost you. If George wasn't gay, I'll let Rainbow Flag Girl was gay. Yeah, I'm sure she was. I mean, you know, Georgina, who always insisted on being called George. Totally, I agree. It was so great. I loved Enid Blyton. I love the Faraway Tree. I love the Wishing Chair, but Famous Five was always my favorite. Thank you, MC. Glad to know I'm not alone. Elizabeth C is here. Elizabeth says, I can die happy if Hannah is AD. Aww. As I said, I wouldn't mind if Hannah is AD. Brad says, we'll be going to work tomorrow. Can't wait. Brad's going because he has work tomorrow. Can't wait for the finale. Hoping Mona ends up with someone in the time jump. Maybe Lucas. Aww. No problems at all, Brad. Thank you so much for joining us and have a good day at work. And I'm going to have another drink. MC says, out of all the liars, I'll prefer AD to be Hannah, although I would prefer it not to be any of them. Yeah, part of me agrees, I have to say. Elizabeth says, I think it was for the play. Yes, that's right. Was it The Bad Seed, now that I think about it? Yeah. MC says, maybe Marlene said no, Jason, so it would be a huge surprise for everyone. It is possible. We know she lies. So I was thinking that when whoever it was saying it earlier, I'm like, oh my God, was she just like lying to us to make a big surprise? Yeah, good one. Tori says, my theory is AD has been using a realistic Spencer mask. In the finale, AD uses a realistic Mary mask to get Spencer to let her guard down. Spencer's going to rip off the Mary mask and see herself. Oh my God, how freaky would that be? Ali Babine says, Eliza is the Amish girl. Right. Okay, I do not remember her name, but I remember who she was. The Amish girl that Arya and Hannah visited. They found an Amish village when looking for the Archer families. Charlotte gave her dolls of the girls. That's right, because Charlotte spent a lot of time with her because she and, was it Ren or someone, came up a lot of the time. That's right. Wendy says, are there any Hannah theories? I would love if AD was a liar just because it would be a betrayal and shocking. I haven't seen any Emily theories, any out there. Well, I have my Emily theory. I don't know if I've actually made a video on it, but those of you who are regulars know that I have my Emily theory. And that Pam is in the garage. So, yeah, if any of you remember it, feel free to leave it in the comments. But, yeah, I haven't seen any other Emily theories except for my own, sadly. Cliff says, is the Charmed reboot actually happening? So, Cliff, from what I've heard, it is actually happening, but it is like set earlier than the last Charmed, and there are going to be none of the actors of the original. You got to see Holly Marie Combs and Brian Krause being interviewed at Comic-Con or wherever it was, and Holly was being really sarcastic when she was being interviewed. I think she would have liked to have been in the series, but none of the actors are going to be in it. There's no Holly, no Alyssa, not surprisingly so much no Shannon, but yeah, no Rose, no Brian, none of that. So we'll have to see how it goes. Oliver says, last thing I'm going to say, I think everyone's underestimating how old Addison is because she sure as hell isn't 7. And some of these theories suggest she was born since season 1. Yes, I see what you're saying there, Oliver. I agree with you. Omar says, I think the Amish village comes into play as well. Why would Roland and her go there? Yeah, it doesn't really make a lot of sense. MC says, I still want to know what Maya knew. Yes, what did Maya know? We're going to have to bring that to the rally. What did Maya know? MC says, the Fosters chats and reviews. Yes, so the Fosters is coming back. I think pre-LL finishes. We have a week and then the Fosters comes back, if I'm correct. And we are definitely doing Fosters reviews, Q&As, and live chats. I can't wait. And I'm hoping to get my sister on board with that one as well because she loves the Fosters as much as I do. So we have a lot of things we can talk about when it comes to the Fosters. So we will get onto that, MC, for sure. Cliff says, what's with that comic book? Too late to show and introduce new things. Yeah, look, I completely agree. I have no idea. It probably will mean something, but I do agree with you. Skylar says, yes, MC, yes, the Fosters. Yes, absolutely, Skylar. We are definitely going to cover the Fosters. I had no idea you guys love the Fosters so much. So I'm so happy to hear that. We will definitely do it because I watch every episode of the Fosters. I love that show. Did you guys know the girl that plays Kelly in the Fosters, the actress is originally Australian? There you go. Little bit of little bit of something there. Omar says, if you love Devious Maids, then you should love Desperate Housewives. The same person created both shows. Yeah, that's true. So I did hear that. I should go back and look at Desperate Housewives and see what I think. Cliff says they all drink on Coronation Street. Yeah, so I've heard a lot of stuff about Coronation Street. My father knows more about it than I do. AD says, I made it. AD, I was wondering where you were. I'm so glad you're here. Thank you for joining me, if only to remind me we have to have a moment of silence. I was thinking of you going, oh my God, where's AD? I need him to remind me we need to have a moment of silence. So thank you for being here, AD. I appreciate it. Elizabeth says, all over the United States is 21. In the army, you can drink if you're enrolled, but only while you're enlisted and serving. How old do you need to be to enlist in the army? That's interesting. MC says, hi, AD. AD's message was retracted. AD says, is it almost over? I'm trying to catch up, AD, so I'll probably keep going till I've caught up. MC says, people seem to have stopped posting. Well, there's nothing really that bad about that, MC, because I'm catching up. Cliff says, AD, you'll never get away with this. AD says, guess what? I can watch the finale live chats and I can watch PLL at its normal time. Yes, you can. You're lucky, AD. And you guys, I obviously can't do a reaction for the finale because I'm going to be at Nathan's, but I also am not going to do any more after what happened last time. Obviously, with copyright reasons, I couldn't have it posted, so unfortunately that just didn't work, but we'll try and find another way to do that for next time. MC says, what's the one thing besides who AD is that you really want to be answered? It's a good question. No, I know. Is Jenna blind? It's something I've been wondering for such a long time, since season 3, when Jenna says, if people think you are blind, you see what they don't think you can see. I have to go back and watch that episode, because that line, the way that Tammin delivers it, I always felt there was something about that. It was meant to mean something. So that's what I want to know. Wendy says, I'm probably one of the few that thinks 21 is too young to drink, so crazy to me that it's 18 in other areas. Yeah, look, it is. It's rather ridiculous. Like, obviously for me, when I turned 18, I was happy. I was like, oh, yeah, I can drink now, because, I mean, yeah, that's what happens when you turn 18, or if you're in America, it's when you turn 21, you're like, yeah, I can do this now. But looking back on it now, I'm like, yeah, it was too young. Like, I would prefer the age to be higher. I think 21 is a much better age than 18, personally. Omar says, to MC, I have no idea. MC's message was retracted. MC says, oh, for goodness sake, autocorrect. Okay. Jessica B says, what if Spencer has split personality and doesn't know her other personality is AD? I know I'm reaching, but it's interesting. Yeah, it definitely is. So I've heard that theory before. I do like it. We'll have to see if that's the case, but I definitely like that. I would love if Troyan was given AD. I would love that. Skylar says, is it weird that I like the scenes or banter between Ren and Spencer? I like when Ren orders the drink Spencer wants, but she's not old enough, so he discreetly slides it to her in front of Melissa and Peter. Oh my God, I forgot about that. Yes, I did like that. And they played that game. Oh, it was the most ridiculous game. What was it called? Where they say something they did that day or something. Oh my God. I mean, it's such a Hastings game, but if you remember what the game was called, let me know. It was the weirdest game they played. MC says, I think there are too many things that need answers. Maybe we should just come up with our own answers and choose the best ones. I agree with that, MC. I do like that. Aliba Bean says, I thought I was the only one who loved Enid Blyton so much. In Ted, a movie or show out of the faraway tree. Don't know what you were meaning to say there, Aliba Bean. I'm sure it was auto-corrected, but I loved the faraway tree. I would love to see a movie on the Faraway Tree. I think that's what you're trying to say, that we need a movie or a show for the Faraway Tree. That would be awesome. I would love that. They did it for the Famous Five. I don't know if I appreciated the show as much as the books, but I would love it for the Faraway Tree. I would love it for the Wishing Chair. Can you imagine this chair with wings, like, but in real, like, not animation, actual real thing. And this chair with wings flying around everywhere. It'd be really awesome. Enid Blyton's amazing. What am I up to? Oh, yeah. Skylar says, MC, I agree. We should after the finale. Yeah, totally. We should. I love that idea. MC says, I've heard that a few times, Jessica. Lots of theories saying Arya had a split personality too. Yeah, certainly. It's possible. Wendy said, those were good scenes, Skylar. I like the strung out Spencer scenes. My all-time fave scene in the show is Spencer's sail time lapse. Give me a sec. When she's researching Ezra. Don't remember that, Wendy. I'm so sorry. Can you remind me a bit more about that? Cliff says, oh, the masks, those darn masks. Yes, I agree. Ugh, the masks. Wendy says, I'll have to check out your email theory, Francois. Yeah, yeah, you'll definitely have to check it out, for sure. It's pretty cool. Well, if I say so myself. Ali Babine says wanted. Wendy says Emily. Okay, so you did correct yourself. There you go. Yeah, I think it would be awesome to have it for sure. Ali Babine. MC says, if they ever made a film out of the Faraway Tree, I'll be the first in the queue to see it. Aww, that's so sweet. Skylar says, yes, Wendy, I remember that episode. Spencer is my favorite. Yeah, mine too. AD says, my birthday's in 5 days. Happy birthday, AD, for in 5 days. That's awesome. Oliver says, would have assumed AD's birthday was on 2/14. Haha, have a nice birthday. Bye, everyone. Oh, are you off, Oliver? Okay, bye. Thank you for joining us. Speaking of dates, that's another thing I'd like to know. So let me know where you're from, what country or state or whatever, and how you do dates. By dates, I mean, you know, like the day it is, I'm writing it out. In Australia, we do it differently to America. So in Australia, we write the actual date, then the month, then the year. So for example, for today, it will be the 26th of the 6th, 2017, where I think it's different in America. So let me know how everyone does it. It'll be interesting to see. AD says, thanks, bye. MC says, AD, is that a clue to your identity? Lol, happy birthday. Ali Babine says, I always thought Maya knew about Charles because she found boxes of the De Laurentises in their attic. Yes, very possible. AD says, thanks, MC. Skylar says, yes, the actress Maya is Australian. Yeah. I like her accent. Yeah, so it's hard to tell in the Fosters because in the Fosters she has an American accent, but if you look at her in interviews and stuff, she speaks with an Australian accent for sure. Yeah, so there you go. I like that you like that. MC says something. Say, oh, good. They're all flying by. MC, give me a sec. Oh, good thought, Ali Babine. Jessica B says 18 for being in the army. So there you go. So you can drink at 18 if you're enlisted in the army. There you go. Or enlisted and serving in the army. Skylar says, I want more info on the night Ali disappears. Yes, Skylar, I agree with that. I do want more on that as well. MC says, I want to know if Jenna is actually blind too, and if not, has she always been able to see? Yeah, so that's it. Like, 1, can she see? 2, how long has she actually been able to see? I agree. And he says, the reason I said that I would be able to watch the finale in the chats is because I had to do something Wednesday to Friday, so I got out of it and I'm happy. Yay! I mean, I don't know if it's good that you got out of it or not, but yay, you get to watch the finale, so that's really awesome. Tori says, I want to know the full true events of that night. Give me that and I'll be happy. Yeah, agreed. Give me that. Give me an AD that makes sense and a good backstory. Because again, I don't need to be shocked with who AD is. So, you know, make it Spencer. That's totally fine. Give me a really good backstory, including what happened that night. Tori says, yay, AD. XO Grizzle is here. Hey, XO Grizzle. XO Grizzle says, I bet on my leg that Jenna can see. Yeah, pretty sure she can. Elliot Bean says, yes, I love Coronation Street. Francois, you like all the things as me that I thought nobody else did. Lol. I live in Australia too, and not many people watch it here. There you go. Whereabouts from Australia are you from, Elliot Bean? Let me know. Yeah, it's interesting that we are into a lot of the same things, isn't it? MC says there is so much we need to know about that night. I think the girls have all changed too much, though, for them to have filmed flashbacks. Quite possibly true. Tori says, high-low. That's right. The game was called high-low. 2 high points of your day and 2 low points of your day. Yes. And it was so competitive. I mean, I assume the Standard family would just sit around and talk about what happened in their day, but it was so competitive, as you imagine the Hastings family to be. Kathleen is here. Hey, Mom. She says, I made it. I missed you. Been so busy at work. Thank you so much for being here. We're not done yet, but we probably will finish in the next 20 minutes. But thank you so much for being here, Mom. I really do appreciate it. Elizabeth C says, I want to know why Wilden and Melissa put Aria in the box and tried to throw her off the ghost train. I need answers. I agree, Elizabeth C. Like, it was scary and all that, but now that, you know, we can sort of zoom out of how scary it was and look at it and go, well, why? There's no real answer. So what the heck? Why did they put her in the flipping box? It doesn't make any sense. I agree with you. Wendy says it's the scene when Spencer was on drugs and she suspected Ezra. She researches him in her room and a Wall Nation song Sail plays. She looks out the window and it's daylight, so she was up all night. Oh, yes. I remember around that time anyway. I don't remember specifically that moment, but I do remember when she suspected Ezra, no one believed her and all this, and I felt so bad for Spencer, by the way. Yeah, I remember that, but I don't remember specifically that moment with Sail. But yeah. Tori says month, date, year. Like today is 6/25/17 or 6/25/2017. Yeah, so it's interesting, isn't it? So AD is saying, yeah, month, day, year. So it's very interesting how so in America and in Australia, even if we just compare those two countries, we're both English-speaking countries, but we do things differently, especially when you look at dates. Americans put the month first, Australians put the date first. So it's really interesting. Serena is here. Hey, Serena. Serena says, just joined from Italy, working in the UK. Love your videos. They cheer me up before work. Oh, mwah, right back at you, Serena. Thank you for being here. I'm glad you've joined and welcome to the family. Make her feel at home, folks. Skylar says 6/26/17 or June 26, 2017. Yeah. There you go. But it is interesting, isn't it? Making that comparison. Wendy says, I write the date both ways. I prefer the European Australian way on certain forms and letters. Omar says 6/25/17. Omar says, did you know Maya from PLL is Beyonce's sister-in-law? Hashtag fun fact. No, I did not know that. There you go. Skylar says, but in legal documents that I notarized, it's written 26th day of June of 2017. I like that. That sounds more like similar to what we do, writing the date first. MC says, really, Omar? Yeah, I don't know. I haven't confirmed if it's true or not, but if it is true, it's rather fascinating. AD, your message has been retracted. MC says 26/06/17. Yep, which is how we do it here. Cool. She says, welcome, Serena. Yay. AD says, I really need to catch up on your PLL rambling. Yes, AD, you do. I've done quite a bit of rambling over the last couple of days. and one of the videos was apparently too short. So I'm going to make them really long from now on, you guys, because I know you love my long videos, so I'll do that. Serena says, cheers, MC. Yeah, that's awesome. AD says, come on, you can do it. Catch up, Francois. I think I'm pretty much there. Tori says, I do too, AD, and I am. Yay, I caught up. Omar says to MC, yes. Exo Grizzle says, remember the picture in Aria's photo album where there was a blonde, give me a sec, and a brunette? My theory is that the blonde was Bethany Young and Bethany is Hannah's twin and Hannah is adopted. The brunette is Aria. Ooh, that makes a lot of sense. Good one, Exo Grizzle. Ellen says, you make rearranging my room so much more bearable. Oh, I'm so glad. I know when I'm cleaning my room or rearranging my room, if I listen to things, it makes it easier for me too. Believe me, I've done it to interviews of the PLL characters and other things as well. So I'm glad I could help you out, girl. I'm putting my bed together and I am so done with it. Thank God you can't see. Awesome, help me. So again, thanks. Hashtag bring Maya back. Yes, hashtag bring Maya back for sure, girl. That is so cool. I've completely caught up to you guys. Yay! Okay, so Elizabeth said, who really tortured Hannah? I need answers. Yeah, I'd love to know that as well. I always assumed it was Mona. It makes sense, right? Mona always wanted to be back in the friendship fold with Hannah. It never really worked, so she was taking a lot of stuff out on her, so it makes sense. Tori says, by the way, I followed you on Instagram. Awesome. Thanks, Tori. I'll try and do some more videos. I've only got one there at the moment, but I'll try and do some more. I feel like YouTube is when we go live, and Instagram's sort of my behind the scenes. This is what happens in the wings sort of thing. But yeah, that's awesome. Thank you. Give me a sec, because people are starting to come up with all these comments, which is really awesome. Wendy says, I think something fun to know is what the writers' original plans were for the show. I know they've said it was changed over the years because of fan theories. There are so many clues pointing to different characters, so I wonder if it had anything to do with it. Yeah, it could have. I have no idea. Maybe they'll answer that in the after school special, Wendy. Who knows? Angel Ali is here. Hey, Angel. Angel says, I really want Aria to bread. You're saying to be AD? But I know she's not. I feel like Spencer's twin, but I don't want her twin to be AD. Yeah, I agree. I don't either. Jessica B says, so if Mart is Cece's, Mary, sorry. You guys have got to be loving autocorrect at the moment. So if Mary is Cece's mom and Spencer, then they are sisters, lol. I just had a blonde moment, was thinking that. I love it. Yeah, and you've now corrected the autocorrect. Yeah. No, but I do love that you thought that. AD says, I'm going to start the Fosters. Oh, yes, AD, definitely start the Fosters. We are going to be starting up with that in a couple of weeks. I'll double check when it's on, because I know it's on really soon. So just double check for you guys. I have this really nifty calendar. Like, it's so awesome. I love this calendar. It's thanks to a website called pogodesign.co.uk, and they tell you like when TV shows are on. It's really awesome, you guys. If you have a lot of shows you follow like I do, I would definitely recommend you get this website. You get on the website and create a calendar. So the Fosters starts on the 12th or the 11th, depending upon where you're from. But for me, it starts on the Wednesday, the 12th of June. So it looks like, is it 1 or 2 weeks? Let's have a quick look. So Pretty Little Liars finishes for you guys the 27th, me the 28th. Then we have a week, and then the Fosters. Yeah, so the Fosters will be on really soon. Yeah, so definitely start watching it. Angel Ali says, autocorrect, I want to be. I really want Aria to be AD, but I know that she's not. It could be Spencer. Yeah, okay, cool. Skylar says, I think Noel and Jenna tortured Hannah because they thought she was AD, or Mary and Archer tortured Hannah because they thought she was Charles's killer. Moment of silence. Oh, go Skylar. I can't wait to go Charlotte. Go Skylar for reminding me for the moment of silence. We'll definitely have it in just a moment. But yeah, it certainly is very possible. AD says, I need my mystery shows. Oh, so do I, AD. That's why I'm so scared of losing PLL. Essa says, when are you going to give your final predictions? I will be, so let me just work out when you guys get it. So you guys watch Pretty Little Liars very early on my Wednesday. So I'll do it Tuesday. So yeah, in 2 days, I'll do my final prediction for you guys. Elizabeth says, I'm so over Bethany Young. Yep, totally, so am I. Exo Grizzle says, my theory would add up in the fact that Hannah is the most tortured and her and Bethany's mother could be either of Mary and Kenneth could be the father. Exactly. AD says, moment of silence. Yep. Serena says, I got anxiety fearing a major disappointment during the finale. I hope not. I know that I experienced a lot of disappointment during the CC reveal, Serena, so I hope we don't experience disappointment for this one. All right, guys. So for those of you who are new to, comment below and let me know. Hello and welcome. Thank you so much for joining us. And if you've subscribed, then welcome to the family. So what we do in these live chats is something that we call a moment of silence. So basically what this is, again, if you're new and you don't know, is there are people from all over the world that come to these chats. I'm from Australia, as are some others. Some people are from America, some are from Europe, some are from Asia, Africa, all around the world, really, which is really wonderful. So what we do is we have a moment of silence, and it's like our comment below and let me know family's way of holding hands around the world. Today, during our moment of silence, we're going to do it for our family. We're also going to do it for a positive intention to have a really good reveal for the finale. Let's just hope it's going to be a really awesome finale regardless. Right, guys? All right, so thank you all so much as well for 250 subscribers. I can't believe I've already reached that target. That is so totally amazing. If you are here and you have not subscribed and you want to be kept up to date with my videos and other live chats that I'm going to do, certainly subscribe. And if you have subscribed, please hit the bell, otherwise known as notifications, but we just call it the bell because it's a picture of a bell. So certainly hit the bell and you'll always be notified with everything that's going on. All right, guys, so let's have our moment of silence for our 250 family members of comment below and let me know, and for a brilliant finale coming up in a couple of days' time. Moment of silence, if you please. Wow, that was wonderful, you guys. Thank you so much. I just feel this lightness when we do that. It's really beautiful. Thank you very much. All right, let's see. We'll go and see if there are a few more comments, and then I'm going to have to keep moving. Esther says, same Serena. Yeah, about the anxiety. AD says, who knows with Marlene? Exactly. Serena says, amen to that, Francois. Amen, Serena. Exo Grizzle says, bless you. Oh, thank you so much. Bless you right back, Exo Grizzle. So, yeah, I love our moment of silence. I feel like it doesn't matter to me if you're religious or if you're not religious or what religion you have or whatever, because to me, our moment of silence is not a religious thing. It's just a spiritual, and in general, spiritual thing that we do. I love it a lot. So thank you, everyone. AD says, two can keep secret if one of them's AD. Certainly. And AD, if you watch my other videos, you'll see that two can keep a secret for multiple reasons. I don't know what you guys thought of all my other videos where I was like, two can keep secret if they're this, and if they're that, and if they're that, and if they're that. The list goes on and on. Tori says, love that little speech. Thank you, Tori. Tori says, love her, love her, love her. Mwah. I love you, Tori. Thank you. Ellen says, thank you for not having to work for a couple of seconds You're so amazing, even besides that. Oh, thank you, Ellen. I appreciate it. MC says, lovely. Oh, thanks, MC. AD says, I'd appreciate it if you'd look at my updated layer tomorrow. Yes, AD, I will. Can you please remind me when the video is uploaded? Because otherwise I will forget. I have a terrible memory. Ellen says, for not having me to work. Oh, yeah, absolutely, Ellen. You're so welcome. MC says, two can keep a secret if one of them is AD and the other is Marlene. Exactly. That's what I was saying in my video. If one of them is Marlene, if one of them's AD, if one of them knows how the parents are getting out of the basement. And I remember doing the video going, well, two can keep a secret for multiple reasons, not just because they're AD. But it was a lot of fun. Kathleen says, thank you again for bringing us together as a family. XOXO. Mum, you are so welcome. Thank you for being a part of the family. You guys, it truly is an honor to be sitting here with all of you talking about Pretty Little Liars and all the things we talk about. I mean, even in this chat, we didn't just talk about Pretty Little Liars. We talked about all different things. And yeah, I'm truly touched by the fact that, you know, we all come together and do our live chats, or even if I do my videos, you'll, you know, tell me your opinion or whatever. It's truly amazing. Yeah, I never could have dreamt that I would have a family like I do with comment below and let me know. And yeah, I just really appreciate it. So thank you very much. Jessica says, Francois is AD, yes. And after all that, woo, Francois is AD. No, I need to find a black hoodie, you guys, but I'll try and find one for the finale. Tori says, love you all, XOXO, gonna go watch the Rambling video. Please do, Tori, we're gonna go soon too. Wendy says, glad I was able to watch this live. Thanks, everyone, and thanks, Francois. You are so welcome, Wendy. Thank you so much to all of you for being here for this lovely chat. I'll try and do another one prior to the next episode. I'll see how I go. I don't make any promises, but if you guys really want another live chat prior to the next episode, then when this episode uploads, hashtag I want another live chat, or live chat, another live chat needed, or something to do with a live chat. Let me know you want another one if you do want another one. Scarlett says, you and my boyfriend react the same way to subscribers, and it's great. He texts me every time he goes up in subscribers. Lol, love it. Oh, I'm so glad. Thanks, Skylar. I appreciate it. And, you know, I'm really happy for your boyfriend as well, that he gets subscribers. That's awesome. Angela1 says, have a great night. Thanks, Angela1. I will. You too. AD says, buy some black gloves too. Lol, you know what's funny? I actually have black gloves. I just need a black hoodie. All right, you guys. This has been absolutely incredible. Thank you so much to all of you for being here for this chat. We've gone for pretty much 2.5 hours, so that's pretty awesome. Yeah, so if you want another chat, let me know once the video has uploaded. And certainly if enough people want to do another live chat prior to the finale, I'll squeeze one in. But if not, then this will be the last one before the finale. Thank you so much once again for your support. 250 subscribers is absolutely amazing. I still cannot believe it. Do not forget. I'm gonna miss this so much when PLL is over. But what I'm trying to say is, two can keep a secret if one of them is AD. Mwah! I love you guys. Thank you. Good morning, good afternoon, good evening, good night from Francois T. Bye, guys.